Hey, CSDN fans, man, are we stoked to bring you a new
Tapped in, lately my life had a fast man, but it's as planned. Fight for my life with the brass hands, and I still ball with a bad hand. Got an aerial point of view, but they'll never see the big picture through zoom lens. From the quicksand, make it push start, type of band's coupe with the tent plans. I'm back on my bender rolls for the kicks. They quick to give them 2 cents. Put my circle tight like we glued hands. Like I don't believe in new friends. Tread light, I know the ice thin. I drop the song, get a few wins. I crave the comfort in my own skin. Really, I just wanna feel the world spin. If I check, watch me double that. I get it lit, I watch it bubble up. Remember opening for shows, no a show, but I pulled through, I muscled up. Now the label one fuck with us. I spin the paper, let them know what's up. I figured out we really onto something, cause the jealous niggas give a subtle love. Crazy, they hella shaky on that really, but that's fake. Shit, see through the shade, shit, they so unstable. Done waiting, I'm a wanderlust, I'm really going all the way to places. Never thought I'd take it all off the phrase, but I can't get no sleep, landing in the weeks. Life is bittersweet, I can't really explain it, but it's everything I need. At least for now, I think that everything might be alright, okay, yeah. I can't get no sleep, landing in the weeks. Life is bittersweet, I can't really explain it, but it's everything I need. At least for now, I think that everything might be alright, okay. These days I get replays, blue faces, how I decorated the
You made it to another week. Give yourself a hand, everybody, and give yourself a virtual hand in chat with a bunch of 6s and 7s. And tell me very quickly, how are you doing? I want, in chat right now, I want a word that sums up your week. Remember that we do have a brown bag foul here. No profanity is allowed. So give me a word that is not profanity to sum up your week. Continuous, says CSZ Chicago. I've heard of them. Mark Wilder says meh. And Amanda Brock says lackluster, the less exciting version of Blockbuster. Yay, Matt. Welcome back, everybody. It's great. I am going to initiate a poll to just find out who has been here before and who hasn't. Okay? So I'm going to say who's new. And if you are new, you're going to say I'm new. And if you're returning, you're going to say I'm back. And I'm going to put the E back in new so it doesn't look like Northwestern. So that poll is running. This is going to also test, do you know how polls work? Because we use polls to vote on the different games we'll be playing tonight. Many of you know that already. But we really want to know who's here for the first time. We also want to know who's not here for the first time because, you know, by the transitive property of mathematics, then we'll have a full set. Running the poll. I think you're doing very great, everybody. Very great, is that a thing I can say? We've got 43 people back. That's an awesome number, 44. Okay, but y'all 44, this is like church. You gotta bring new people, right? Next week, I'm sure next week. It'll be okay next week. All right. Well, this is exciting. You can tell it. You can tell by the music. This is fun, that we're having a good time. Mark Wilder says, let's go. And also with you, Mark Wilder. Mark Wilder and I grew up in the same thing. All right, who's new? The backs won with 45, and the new got 0. All right, that's all right. Then that means this is just for us. So I'm going to say this still the same opening, and you all be able to tell me how I did, okay? So you see how voting works. Throughout the match, we'll ask you to vote. Remember, Comedy Sports is improv comedy played as a sport, 2 teams going head-to-head, and you will vote which team you like more. So do that by using the voting panel. And, you know, when we do this, you'll be able to donate those channel points and who's-y what's-its to help tip the scales of the vote. And that's how that works. Now, one of my favorite parts, and the part I will totally do right this time, 6 things. Now, that is the big finale game at the end, but we're going to get ready for it right now. So I want you to give me in chat some active activities. My Amazon Echo is talking now. Alexa, be quiet, please. I'm so sorry about that. She's supposed to be at a long form. Put in some chat, some active activities for me, will you? Oh, hey, Quigley, I'm glad you're new. Pat Connolly says cat grooming. Amanda Brock spelled plates wrong, but okay. Keep going, everybody. I love it. Cat grooming. Yup. I can't see them all. They're going so fast. Oh, you know, that's dangerous, Mark, but I do it too. Mark, we have so much in common. Okay. Somebody made soup today. That's kind of... Yeah, that's a good point. All right. I'm seeing a bunch and I'm not using any of those. I also see making fudge. I don't really see that, but I have to cover my tracks. You guys, they're on to me. Yeah, I see that. You know what? These are all active activities, but can I get some others that are active activities? See what I did there? I saw that twice. I just need like 2 or 3 more, but I can't, you know. It may be my first time. It's actually my second time, you guys. I'm a sophomore, and this is my performance. See, Mark's coming out with them. I need somebody to beat Mark for a number of suggestions. Who's got me? Mm-hmm. Okay, yep. Yeah, I love it. This is all going great. Okay. You know, we've got a 6 Things tournament coming up soon, and I will not be announcing that because I'm basically, this is my ceiling. Thank you so much for those. Give yourself some 6 and the 7s because you did a great job. And I've heard, you know, the youngins tell me that 6s and 7s mean I'm happy about things. I don't know why. 7's prime. So let me tell you, I'm sure you all know this, but there is a brown bag foul here because we pride ourselves on comedy for everyone. So the thing I need to let you know about is if you say anything unfortunate in chat, nasty, dirty, ismy, that hopefully our automatic bot will catch that. But otherwise, our ref might catch that, and first we'll give you a warning, but second we'll kick you out because we can't mail a brown bag to your house. So we just have to get rid of you. I'm so sorry. Now, you are joining us on a very exciting night. I will tell you exactly why. Because we are still in our Black History Month. 9:30 is our Black History Month show. And in between this show, which will be awesome, and that show will be awesome, is a D&I talk with Luis, and that will also be awesome. So get ready for an entire night of awesome. Those are all the announcements. I hope you're proud of me, Dad. I mean, fans. And now I'm going to get the teams ready. Let's get ready to kick off this Comedy Sports match. That's right, it's Comedy Sports. And we have got 2 teams that are going to battle it out for your applause. Let's meet those teams now, including Hooli of the Milla Villa Parks. That's Brian Houlihan to the people in the back, and you're about to meet him as this big thing spins around. It's a hubcap, and in the middle, Brian Houlihan reading Shakespeare? Nope, it's a DVD box. That's Hooli. And now on anchor, we've got our middle, Rudy Voigt. Both of his names are 4 letters. Isn't that interesting? Is he God? Is that the Tetragrammaton? It's Rudy Voigt! And now we, of course, have our captain. Are you ready to meet the captain? I think she has a weapon. I'm not kidding. Here she comes. It's Allie Vollmer and her knife. This is going to be a great show, everybody. So that is our red team, the Milla Villa Parks. Are you now ready to meet the big downtown Chicago bosses? I certainly hope so. They're our home team. And let's give them a big hand right now. Leading off for the downtown. It's our first player of the downtown. That's right, reading the Norton Shakespeare. That's not Norton. It's Andreas Soronas. He's our Soronas. And on anchor, we have our blue team player in the middle. That's why we call it the anchor. Not because she keeps ships in place. It's Meg Kennedy reading the Boston Dictionary. And she's holding something too. So many props. And now it's time for our captain, the captain of the downtown Chicago bosses. He's no flathead. He's a skull. It's Bruce Phillips. That is our team. Now let's meet our host and referee, ladies and gentlemen, Todd Page. It's you, Todd. It's you. Look at us. Hey, we're right here. Hi. Welcome.
Hello. How you doing, buddy?
I don't know. You tell me. How am I doing?
I'm in no position to tell someone how they feel their emotions, my friend.
That's fair. That's
happy
totally
it's
fair.
Friday and that we're all here.
It feels very Friday.
Yeah, it does. Rebecca Black would be proud. You have covered most of the details we need to cover. Of course, there's one more thing I need to bring up as the referee for this evening's match, and that is the technical foul. Because we are using the internet, all kinds of things can go wrong, which means that at any given point, someone's internet
My gosh, did he stop? Maybe he stopped.
might freeze or glitch up or something else might happen. In which
It was
case,
a
we'll have
funny-
a technical foul, and I will decide what will happen. Maybe they'll get removed to the game. Maybe we will take away points. It's all what I feel because I have the whistle and power that I did not earn. Excellent. All right. I think that's pretty much everything we need to know before this match gets started. So let's go ahead and get our captains to the screen.
Bam.
Kabam indeed. Captain Allie, Captain Bruce, please show some sign of goodwill towards each other. Excellent. That was, I feel the goodwill coursing through my veins and filling up my heart with glee. Now, as always, we begin these matches with a coin toss. I have no coins, so instead I'm going to make up my own coin toss, and it is this. The first person to get someone to answer the phone on speakerphone and say, zippity-doo, will win this coin toss. I want to hear that speakerphone going, and I want to hear them say zippity-doo.
I'm using my phone to call into the show.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
I didn't mean that's
I
the thing you
can't
can
do
do.
it.
Natural advantage here.
Oh.
Skippity-doo!
Let's see what we can make happen.
Zippity-doo! Zippity-doo! Zippity-doo!
Okay, great. We did it. That was pretty smart.
I called
I'm
Andreas.
sorry, Allie. I should have taken that ahead of time. That's my bad. But it is what it is. As a result,
I have a knife.
and you know where I live. And those two together, pretty powerful. However, I'm still going to give it to Bruce, who called Andreas fast. All right, Bruce, what would you like to play in this first round?
Ref Todd, we would like to play the game of Pass the Mic.
Allie, what do you think about that? Is that okay? Great.
We're gonna do it.
Field your teams. Chat, if you could go ahead and throw in the chat just a bunch of single-syllable words. We're going to go through them as this game goes on. Here's how this game is going to work. We're going to take one of those words that you're currently providing from us, and we are going to go around one person at a time, rhyming with that word. Now, if at any point one of our players cannot rhyme that word, then they're going to be asked to leave the screen. It's a big bummer, but whoever is left for their team at the very end of this will win their team 5 big points, a big start and a big advantage in this match. All right, for this first round, just get the order up and running. The order will be Allie, Bruce, Hooley, Andreas, Rudy, Meg. Did everyone get that? Excellent. All right, our first word, our first single word getting us up and running is flow. The word is flow. We'll start with you, Bruce. Are you ready? Go.
Yo, check it! This is my flow! Pass the mic! Pass the mic!
We changed the spot, but that's how it go. Pass the mic, pass the mic.
Oh, okay, I guess I'll go. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Cool, goes the crow. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Have you ever played with a yo-yo? Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Yo, here's my rhymes to Bruce I throw. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Well, I'm making all that money, yeah, I'm making that dough! Pass the mic! Pass the mic!
Can't say yogurt, I call it yo. Pass the mic, pass the mic.
Well, I'll just go and use my bow. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
I could go two, or I could go fro. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
My friend Maureen, she goes by Mo. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
We're polite over here, yeah, don't ya know? Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
It's piling up in feet! It is snow! Pass the mic! Pass the mic.
Didn't collect money, did not pass. Go.
If you had believed in yourself, maybe, Hooli, but you did not. The lesson here is to believe in yourself. Also, the lesson is that Hooli's out of here. That means that there's only 2 people left for the blue red team. It could go anywhere, though. Still a lot of people left in this game. Our next word will be frog. The order for this one will be Allie, Bruce, Rudy, Andreas, Meg. I did that wrong. Hold on. Counting is hard, everyone. It'll be Bruce, Allie, Andreas, Rudy, Meg. Great. It's all happening now. Everin, all right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yo, check it. I'm vacationing in Prague. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
I saw Harry and Winnie snog. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Oh, I'm a little piggy. No, I'm a big hog. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
This bug tastes good, said the frog. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
I dated a guy. He was a dog. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
I'm Blackbeard the pirate and I'm drinking grog. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
You know, I think there's something in the eggnog. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Oh, I chopped down the tree. Now it is a log. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Integral part of the wheel. I'm a cog. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Where's my slammer? I got a pog. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
You know, when a mog gets really thin, it's like a mog, but it's not so wet that it's a.
You said it.
Get out of here, Bruce. I'm tired of looking at you. All right. We have 2 people left for each team. I am going to implement the and the yo foul going forward. With an or a yo, you will be removed. Get rid of those.
What if it's in the middle of it?
What
if it's just an article? What if it's just an article, Todd?
Do you want to go out now, Andreas?
No.
No.
Okay.
You can't ask him that because
I'm just clarifying.
What if he said yes?
it'd be awesome.
It's gonna be Rudy,
You can do worse.
Meg, Allie, Andreas, and the word is Matt. Players,
I'm a ballerina. Do my stuff on a mat. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
It's a part of my body. It is a lat. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
My 2000 jacket is baby fat. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Yo, the world really ended when I ate this bat. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Past tense of spit. It is spat. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
In London, you live in a flat. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Very nice, says Borat. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Oh, an onomatopoeia when I kill a fly. Splat. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Shit, bit, bit, bop, bit, scat. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
I wanted to sit, so I sat. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
The French word of the cat is chat. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Yo, I'm in Chicago and that's that. Pass the mic. Pass the mic. What?
What was that first word there, Andreas?
Yeah, I'm in Chicago.
Oh, is yeah? Okay. Also, I heard all those O's. Those are gone too. Rudy, carry on.
Ooh, I'm a woodworker. I work with slat. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
A little of this, a little of that. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
I think it's time we have a chat. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Oh, I rush, man. I do frat. What? But it's a character choice.
Also out. Get out of here.
It's a character choice.
No.
Wow.
Meg, you're all alone. Let's see if you can hold up the blue team's honor. Whichever team is left at the end, again, wins 5 big points. The order is going to be for this next one. Allie, Meg, Rudy, and the word is going to be goof.
Goof.
Go.
Oh, I tell you what. I'm funny. I goof. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
My head's in the clouds. I am aloof. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Abracadabra, pow, poof. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Watching comedy like a spoof. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
I call fluffy dogs a floof. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Pow, punch, ouch, oof. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Tell me now. I need the truth. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
I'm so sorry, Allie. As much as I want truth to rhyme with goof, It does not. That's a TH, not an F. Allie, you have to
I
get
didn't
out of
say
here.
I didn't say truth. I said truth, and that is
Okay.
a character choice.
Tough but fair, Todd. You're tough but fair.
Thank you. Yes, I see the remarks that I am too harsh, and I do not care. All right, we have one person left from each team. Here is how this is going to work. You are each the only ones left, so whoever is left here is getting 5 big points for their team. The word that is going to be sending you on this wonderful journey is droop.
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 Keep shouting them.
Excellent. Meg, we'll start with you. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
This was the word. It was droop. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Don't make me do too much. Don't make me jump through this hoop. Pass the mic. Pass my mic.
Where's Gwyneth Paltrow? She's on Goop. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
The non-plural version of my mustard is Coop. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Oh, it's your nose. Boop. Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
I don't know any more rhymes.
Time rhymes. That means Meg, the blue team has won 5 big points. Exciting.
Very. I'm
Still
all
anyone's
goosebumps.
game, though.
What's that?
Matt, I heard your Alexa go off earlier, and I'm going to introduce you to a fun game I made called Who's Wearing Headphones at Home? Hey, Alexa, play Sandstorm by Darude.
Oh, she can't hear you.
It's fun to find out, though.
Well,
it do happen sometimes. All right. We're going to need the captain of the red team to join us on the screen.
I shall summon them.
I meant the blue team. It's fine.
Oh.
Great. It worked out great because the blue team came anyway. Hi there, Captain Bruce.
I know what you meant, Todd. We have a connection.
Thank you. I appreciated it. I would love for you to go ahead and choose a game for this next round, please.
We have invented a game that we would like to play for the loyal fans tonight for the first time ever, which we are calling Easter Island.
Easter Island. All right, go ahead and field your team. For the game of Easter Island, I would love all of you to go ahead and please, in the chat, throw some questions that you have that you need answered. They don't need to be advice questions. They can be so much to take in. Questions of any kind. Anything in your heart of hearts that you want answered. This is our all-knowing ancient statues. These statues can answer any questions that you might have. However, they must answer those questions one word at a time with their mouths that we are all looking at intensely. So go ahead and get those questions in the chat. We're going to fire up a practice question while you do that. Ancient statues. What is the best color?
The best
color
is blue.
Okay.
Wow, the laughing somehow makes it so much worse. That was really informative. I always thought it was red, but blue was it. Let's go ahead and get some of these questions to you, these ancient statues. We'll start with our first one. When does midlife crisis hit, ancient statues?
A
midlife
crisis
begins
when
you
drive
cars
and buy
cars
and
purchase
trucks.
When
time
fades
away.
There's that sweet laughter we're all looking for. Excellent. Should Michelle and Austin become a vegan, ancient statues?
Veganism
hills
animals.
Interesting. Okay. Learning so much today. Elizabeth Olsen asks, is her cat too skinny?
Your
cat
is
not
fat.
It's
merely
big.
All right. Let's see. How should Isabella Weiss do their taxes?
Taxes.
Are
The taxes
worst
of man
made
taxes bad.
wolf.
What is who has the best facial hair of ancient statues?
Me! No! No, no, me! Me, I say! Me! Me! No, me!
Oh.
Some indecision on that one. I'm gonna throw one more in out there. Ancient statues. How should someone tell their friend on Twitch they have something in their teeth?
This is
Me?
but true.
Things
Must never
reveal.
Unless
you
No.
how?
to
Help!
With
teeth.
Yikes.
Game! Thank you, ancient statues. Oh, you're just cleaning out your teeth there?
It might be about, I have anxiety, so everything's about me. So I went
I
into the
understand
arts.
that.
Yeah.
We all have anxiety here.
Ah,
Okay,
not
Google,
wrong.
play Sandstorm by Darude. Let's go ahead and get our red captain up to the field. Hello, Allie.
checker for knives.
Always good to be safe about knives. Allie, I threw a hard disadvantage at the beginning of the match, so let's see if you can go ahead and take this match back by the horns. What game would you like to play in this round?
We would love to play the game of Slow-Mo Olympics, please.
Excellent. Slow-Mo Olympics, please field your team. For the game of Slow-Mo Olympics, may I please have in the chat some things that you do every day, some ordinary everyday activities, just things that, aren't that special or spectacular. Here's how this game is going to work. We're going to have two competitors in these Slow-Mo Olympics, and they are going to be doing their one competitor in these Slow-Mo Olympics, and they're going to be doing their best to really prove that they've got it what it takes to make it through this draft round and into the formal official Olympics. Now we have our two spectators here to give us the clues on what they're doing and how they're competing and how they're bringing their real competitive edge to this sport of average, ordinary sport, which is a lot of excellent choices in here. The New York Times crossword puzzle. No, know what? It's making cereal. The activity is making cereal. So we will be hearing from our commentators here, and I believe it's Brian Houlihan will be competing for us. Players, are you ready for the game of Slow-Mo Olympics?
Yes.
Well, welcome back to the semifinals. It is the Kellogg Bowl, Pro Bowl, Cereal Bowl. I am your host, Melinda Gates.
Now, I'm very excited to be here with you today, Melinda. My name is, of course, Gary Dolphin. I've got the sounds of the sea in my voice, and boy, am I excited to dive into this matchup.
Now, Gary Dolphin, we are excited to see something, and our winner here is competing for $100 million of my own dollars. Can you walk me through what is going to make a good cereal competitor?
Well, a good cereal competitor is going to not have a case of the morning breath. That is very important. They are going to have a wide variety of different sorts of liquids that they can mix with their cereals. They can have a wide variety of cereals. They're also going to have various accoutrements that they can add to their cereal. At the end, they need to produce for you the best bowl. But it is not just a matter of making cereal. It is also an artful production that needs to bring us both to tears, make us both weak in the knees, and make us both wish that we could feel what they feel on that mat.
Liquids into your solids, and your solid eyes turn into liquids. Oh, we actually don't have a starting gun. There's just a knife that's being thrown that our competitor has to dodge. As soon as he dodges that knife, we are good to go.
Go ahead and throw it, Melinda.
And we have started.
Okay. Well, he started off dodging that knife very, very well. Luckily, he didn't lose an ounce of that luscious hair, and he's gone to the freezer already.
Yeah, so going into the freezer is definitely a great move. We're going to look at some of the expired orange juice cans that I drank growing up and didn't realize orange juice could be fresh and more expensive. Now, he is smelling a variety of things out of that freezer, and how do you think that's going to go for him, having already torn his meniscus earlier this season?
Well, I mean, the thing is, expired orange juice could inflame a meniscus, making it almost workable. It has an effect similar to a cortisone shot, I've been told.
All right, so it looks like we're going from the freezer into the fridge, which I think is a smart move, as most milk is in the fridge, and it does look like he's going to stick with the milk. He's a very original, very old school player, and I think this is going to be to his advantage.
I like it. And Melinda, we forgot to mention that before this, we are actually using your personal kitchen, and I believe you've left a few little tricks in there for him to find.
Yeah, my favorite is a lot of people at home don't know what shuriken are. They're a Japanese throwing star. And just to keep with the theme, he has found them. He has found them in the same drawer where we keep a variety of spoons for a variety of occasions, mostly with rich presidents.
That's right. And not to mention, competing today is Jericho Bentley. And you mentioned his meniscus tear, but he also has very delicate skin. And look as he gets a paper cut on that box. Oh my gosh, he's bleeding. He's bleeding all over the mat.
All right, one of the things that he's gonna realize is that if you stuff a cornflake into an artery, it will take care of the bleeding. So we can only hope that a cornflake is gonna go right into the jugular there.
Not only that, flakes have an interesting property where they can expand and fill the hole should it be a real bad gash.
It's like the asbestos of the breakfast world. It's just going to infiltrate where we need to. It looks like he's getting the bowl back onto the counter, and we're going for one final pour. His meniscus is tearing him up.
The bowl is on the counter, and he's putting it in one flake at a time. Now, I want to run this back a little bit. If we could go back in reverse, please. You'll see here, that's where he put a few flakes in. He really screamed in pain there. You didn't see that. Now, let me go back. Let me go forward real quick so we can see his face in pain. And then pause it right there. Oh, my gosh, Melinda. Yes. Can you feel it? That's what the competition is about. And back to the competition. Let's go right up to where we're at right now.
All right, and the feed is live.
And not only that, he's decided that he has a bit of a ballet piece that he's doing in the midst of this, I believe.
This is what you're going to see about the winner. And remember me mentioning those Japanese throwing stars. Go perfectly with a ballet if you do it correctly.
Now, do you have any throwing stars that have been triggered to fly out at any point in time?
Only if he accidentally...
It looks like his pants came off! His pants are off!
When does this happen?
That is going to be a deduction. But either way, we're coming home here.
It's going to be the game! Wow, you know what they say, when the pants goes off, the round is over.
Well, all right.
Thanks for that yes and Matt. All right, can you go ahead and launch that poll so we can decide who won that first?
Here it comes. We want to know which team won that round.
I'm dying to know.
You can use channel points, which are things that exist, and you can use it to tip the scales.
Seems like you really have a gist on how Twitch works, right, Matt?
I think it's like a fax machine, but it goes both ways.
Pretty much. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, it's really coming together right now. And those of you who are watching this, as you vote, go ahead and note that down below you can find our merch link. So if you're enjoying this a lot and you're like, gee, I wish I had some of the things that they were saying on a shirt, you can click that link down below, go ahead and visit our merch and buy yourself a t-shirt or a shower curtain or a heart.
A heart?
Yeah, we sell human hearts now. I just decided.
Oh, that's fantastic. You gotta specify your blood type like it's your size.
Yes. All right, it looks like it's all done, and the red team has it.
The red team has it.
It
It was the red team.
Excellent. That means our match is all tied up. Hello, captains. Tied up.
I have it.
You have it. It's all tied up. I'm gonna go ahead and bring a little, just a little quick little 7th inning stretch. Everyone at home and their captains, put your arms out and just do one of these, like a Kermit, wiggling around. Yeah.
It cuts my hands off.
Yep. That's good. They don't have to make hands. Your hands could be our secret. Excellent. I hope everyone did that at home. That was our 7th inning stretch. Excellent. Captain Allie, I did you dirty here before. As I said, you can keep your hands out if you want, Bruce, or you can keep them up. Your call. Ooh, Bruce has secret hands. Allie, what game would you like to play in this next round?
Well, we're no longer on the defense, but we're going to continue with Southern Lawyer.
All right, for the game of Southern Lawyer, please field their teams. Here's how this game is going to work. This is a burn box game, a pun game. Our players are going to deliver pun-style jokes, little fun goofs, in the style of a Southern Lawyer. For example, if they were talking about a banana, they said, "My client surely could not have committed this crime because they had already split the scene," or similar. Now, if you could, in the chat, please go ahead and throw what is something that you would find in your kitchen that isn't food. I swear, if I see food,
beware, he's harsh. He can be real harsh.
And tough but fair, and also too harsh. Everyone agrees.
Ooh. What about things that make food? They were very clever, Raph.
Sure, yeah, perfect. That works for me. All right, right out the gate, I'm going to take a cheese grater. The first one is cheese grater. Captain Allie, go.
Your Honor, my client, the cheese grater, could not possibly be guilty. There isn't a shred of evidence.
Meg. Oh no, Meg, I'm sorry, that's a technical foul. We're going to take 1 point away from the blue team. Meg, go ahead and give her joke now.
Your Honor, my client couldn't possibly have done it. He Velveeta the odds.
All right, it was worth the wait. Rudy.
Distinguished members of the jury, I want to respond to the prosecution's case, but unfortunately I can't do it justice. It just doesn't make the grade.
Captain Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you convict my client and call them guilty, it will be extremely difficult to clean this injustice.
Hooli.
Now, y'all have seen plenty of hearsay evidence and circumstantial evidence, and what my client would like to do is he would like to plead nolo contendere. Oh, I said the cheese wrong. Excuse me. That's my fault.
I still understood. Icarus. That's what your nameplate says, Andreas. Andreas.
Oh, well, as Attorney Icarus, let's just say you can't go ahead and sue my client, for he is a foreigner. He is Swiss.
All right. Excellent. Matt, why don't you pick another one of those words in the chat for us to go with next?
Oh, I would. Oh my goodness. A taffy puller?
Taffy puller. Okay, let's go. Let's see what we got with this one. Hooli, why don't you start us off?
No. You see, my client, the taffy puller, couldn't possibly have committed the crime because while that was happening, he was being a Mackinac taffy. It's in Michigan, y'all.
I believe you.
I went up there on a visit.
That's what it says for your nameplate now, Andreas.
Doofus? Well, As Lawyer Doofus, you cannot prosecute my taffy puller, for they did not pull that Laffy. They shook that Laffy Taffy. That Laffy Taffy. That girl shook that Laffy Taffy.
Okay.
That Laffy Taffy.
Excellent. Yep. No, I heard you the
The
first
candy
time.
girl.
Okay. Somebody mute him. Man, please have in the chat. What is something that you own that you would like to get rid of? And while you're putting those in the chat, we're going to take Frying Pan and continue onwards. Rudy, Frying Pan.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm apologizing for my client's testimony yesterday. He was feeling a little greasy. It is, of course, hot in here.
All right, Meg.
Your Honor, my client, the Frying Pan, could not possibly have done this. And if you think that, you sauced.
Captain Alley.
Your Honor, there is no way that my client, the Frying Pan, is guilty of any murder at a lodge. He did not push anybody. It was a my key fall.
Captain Bruce.
Your Honor, I will do my best to represent my client and in his innocence. It is a skill. It is something that I have. A skill. It is.
I see you skill it. Matt, what's one of those possessions someone wants to get rid of that you would like to take?
I especially like futon.
Futon, excellent.
Futon.
XF Sphinx. This is a game where we make puns, and they're all excellent. Futon is a suggestion. A maroon, which is what Andreas is now called. Take us away.
As the last member of Maroon 5, let me be the first to say you cannot convict my client Futon, for he is the true sofa king.
All right, Rudy.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Now, my client is supposedly at the scene of the crime while he was also at work guessing weights at the circus. Now, that's impossibility right there. So why don't we just couch that fact in the film and move on?
All right. Captain Bruce.
My client is supposed to be some sort of criminal mastermind, but Your Honor, he is nothing but a lazy boy.
Hooli.
Now, you've heard some of the evidence being presented on tape. You heard him say, I kill you. But to say that is not enough of a crime, these charges go bed, bath, and beyond the scope of the court.
All right, Meg.
Your Honor, okay, here's the thing. My client could not have done this futon crime. You can look behind any window. You can look behind any curtain. You can look behind any door.
Captain Alley.
Your Honor, permission to approach the bench. I understand that the evidence is insurmounting and that you are looking for 15 years, but if we could reduce that to a 0% financing for 72 months and free in-home delivery with free pickup and takeaway, I would be most grateful.
That's the game! All right, Matt, could you please go ahead and launch that poll?
Launched. Which team did you think did the best?
Go ahead and get those votes in there and choose which team you think deserves the 5 big points.
Who do you think should win, Todd?
Oh, I can't play favorites. I'm the referee.
Oh, that's good. See, you're good like that.
Who do you think?
I don't know. The futon?
I like that. Yeah, I'll give it to the futon for sure. Once you've given your vote in there, why not go down, scroll below, and check out our Discord. There you can find out all kinds of things like when we're streaming and our community, conversations. How does one describe a Discord, really?
It's the chord that's not that chord. When you said Discord, Streamlabs just popped in Discord. Is that magic? Is that a robot? How do things work?
Our friend Jason did that for us. Excellent. It looks like the voting has been done.
Oh, red team won.
5 big points to the red team. That's 10-4. The red team is taking this away.
That happened.
But it's not over yet. Sorry, what was that?
I said that happened. I'm just happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you, buddy. Okay, captains. We are heading into our last game, the game of 6 things. That is the hardest game in comedy sports. The most difficult game. For that game, you're each going to need to send one person out of the room. Who's it going to be?
We're going to send Meg Kennedy out of the room.
Ooh. All right. Goodbye, Meg. Red team?
Then I will change my strategy, and I'll actually send out Rudy.
Excellent, Rudy. Excellent. Now that they are gone, they have muted the computers. They have walked away from the computers. They're not present for all this. It's just us here. We're having a conversation. Matt got a bunch of suggestions from you before that we're now going to fill in. For the game of 6 things, we're going to be getting a bunch of suggestions from you, and then we're going to use those suggestions to make this game very hard. I'll do the odds, and Matt, you'll do the evens if you don't mind.
Sure.
Great. For the first one, which is skydiving, please, in the chat, could you please just throw ahead and throw a superhero you love but wouldn't want to be, and something that would be ruined if you turned it over? Right? They're starting to come in right now. A lot of strong choices in here right now. For skydiving, you are skydiving, but you are skydiving with Aquaman. And still waiting on those things to turn over. Oh, excellent. Yes. And you are skydiving, and your parachute is a horseshoe crab. Go ahead and take away.
All right. Well, you're playing double dutch. Tell me something that you can eat that is not remotely rope shaped. Like no spaghetti, no noodles, just a thing that you can eat. The last thing I'm seeing is cat. I don't want to take that. Ah, interesting. Oh, I guess you could some of them. Yeah. All right. A jelly donut, I think. And then tell me someone that is like a national heroic figure. Like like a hero. Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, Matt, what is the donut?
The jelly donut is the rope in the rope in the double dutch.
Thank you.
And you're playing double dutch with Kurt Russell.
Excellent. Love it. In the chat, may I please have your favorite snake and the coolest thing you own? That last one, the ropes were jelly donut, and you were with Kurt Russell. All right. Excellent. We are getting these in right now. All right. Oh, I have to take it. You are catering, but the person you are catering to is Sire Hiss. Oh wait, no what? Never mind. You're catering to a coral snake. And that is pretty cool. We're getting some cool things in here right now. You are wearing, while you're catering, you are wearing an autographed Forrest Gump poster. I was going to do Sire Hiss, but I realized we already have 2 people in the first 2, and I didn't want to do another person replacement. But gosh, Sire Hiss is so dang good.
All right.
Matt, do you want to grab 4?
Yeah, you're putting on sunscreen. Give me a chemical that you learned about in like middle school science. that would kill you. Or it doesn't have to kill you, just a chemical. Not everything has to be so about death. Uh-huh. And while you're at it, give me something that you would find in a junk drawer in your house. Oh, that's weird. I mean, I guess that's true. All right. So here's what I think. I think the sunscreen itself is chloroform, and you don't have hands anymore to apply it. It's got to be plastic forks.
Excellent. May I please have, where do you want your ashes to go if you were cremated? And let's say your house was...
We have fun.
It's a strong gut, okay? And let's say your house was suddenly 3,000 feet in the air and there was no fabric inside it. What would you use as a parachute? Excellent. These are all great places. I'm taking notes. Excellent, 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 excellent. All right. You are facing a unicorn. You are doing it at the Haunted Mansion in Disney World.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah. And the unicorn themselves is a soap bubble. Oh, wait, it's squirrel pelts. I'm so sorry. It's squirrel pelts. It's the last one. It's supposed to be hard. The unicorn is squirrel pelts. Finally. All right, Matt, take it away.
Yeah, and this one's conceptual. It should be really hard. You're walking it off, and instead of the injury that you're trying to demonstrate toxic masculinity over, let's say, what's something that happened to you this week that you needed to do self-care afterwards?
As we've been saying these gets, Jason has been here like, wow, this is a really great get. I love this. Nothing strange about these. I just thought everyone should know that.
Something that happened to you this week. Oh, that's great. Yes. All right. You got to walk off snaking a drain. That's fair. And now, usually it's a coach or some authority figure that's telling you to walk it off. But for you, it's a celebrity. Who's telling you to walk it off? First thing said, Hillary Clinton.
Sure.
I mean, if anybody has a right to tell you to just walk it off, it's Hillary Clinton. All right. Those are all fun.
All right. That's everything. We're going to go ahead and get our player. Matt's going to summon our players who are guessing back to the screen. While he does that, just a reminder, Matt brought it up earlier. We have our back history match up after this at 9:30. So stick around, check it out. It's going to be really, really great. And in between that, we have another D&I talk with our DEI director, Luis. That's going to be really great to check out as well. So stick around after this match. We have a lot going on tonight. It doesn't stop here.
Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. Keep talking.
What?
Keep talking.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, now say things. How are you doing?
Sure, yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, good now.
I'm great at this. Like we have our people back to their monitors, so we no longer need to stretch for time. Excellent.
That's not why we did it. I just like you.
Here's how this game will work. Now that we have people back, I'll explain a little. Yes, the culture is tomorrow night. Thank you. For the culture will be tomorrow night between our matches at 9 p.m. After our 7:30 match tomorrow night, we have a For the Culture, which is a Black History Month quiz show. For this game, we have two people guessing up here. We were taking all the suggestions you have, and their teammates are going to have to get them to guess those things. They will only have a minute and a half to get them to guess each one of those things. At the end of that minute and a half, if the person does not have it guessed correctly, then the other team will have a chance to guess and seal that. For each one they guess correct, they will win 5 points, except for the last two, which are the 10 big points each. So at this point, it really comes down to anyone's match. For the first suggestion, players, are you ready?
Yes!
Ready.
Out of ika shara. Abiskara wada shara bara. Abiskara wada. Whoop whoop. Abiskara.
Isa baba.
Oh, abiskara wadi shara. Abiskara bi ti. Abiskara. Oh, abiskara bara. Abiskara para shara.
Isa baba.
Yeah, abiskara.
Oh, isa baba. Isa baba.
Let's go.
In a muska, vi ska muska basiasia. In a muska basia is a muska. In a muska bata, is a in a muska basa it's also water. Is a muska basa is a sploosh 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 sploosh. Bum 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 sploosh 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 sploosh. That's not.
Esa baba. Oh, esa baba. Hota baba. Hey. Esa baba. What baba?
Waskara, wada shara, wada, mirasara, wada shara. Abiskara,
30 seconds.
abiskara, wa, swa, beep, swa, abiskara,
Oh, esa baba. Hey, boop.
14 seconds. 14 seconds.
All right, 14 seconds on the clock. Meg, what are you doing?
I'm skydiving with Arthur, what's his face from Atlantis, and I am Aquaman, and my plane is a horseshoe crab.
Excellent, you got it. It's a good thing you said Aquaman because I have no idea who Arthur Morris is. All right, it's time for the red team to take up. That's 5 points to the blue team in this one, bringing them back in the game, 9-10. All right. Thing 2. Red team, are you ready?
Skanada. Ashibi, Asha, Samana, Asiki, Asaka, Sarada, Da, Scuba, Askarba, Asiki, Asanana, Asaka, Asama, Ska, da, Asama, Asikisa, Asaka. Asana, Asikisa.
30 seconds.
I'm doing that.
23 seconds. 23
seconds on the clock. All right.
All right.
What are you doing?
I am doing double dutch, but my rope is a jelly donut, and I am, of course, doing it with Kurt Russell.
That is correct. Wow. 2 things in a row gotten. That is brings our red team to 15. And I noticed that someone in the chat brought up what's happening, and that's a great question. I realized I forgot to mention the gibberish part. Our givers of these clues can only use mime and gibberish to give these clues. They cannot use English to help them out with the giving it, just to prop up that difficulty a little bit, make it ride a little harder.
What do you mean, Todd? I can understand them perfectly.
Well, that's great. All right. Our next round is ready to go. Blue team, are you ready?
Buscaria scatter. And a buscabasa is a buscabasa, and a buscabasa. Yeah, I was a pasta is a wasamasha. Yeah, Basaba. Yeah.
What the baba?
Yeah, Basaba.
Okay, it's a baba. Oh, what? Nom. It's a baba.
Abiskara wada shara mira para. Abiskara all buscara mana.
It's a baba.
Abiskara mira shara. Abiskara. Wada shara.
What's the baba?
What?
That.
Shabana.
It's a baba.
Abiskara spooky pressa speak. Abiskara
1 minute.
He's gotta be like It's gotta be squiddy bee. It's gotta squatta. Yeah, biscada me, scada, ting, 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 biscada. Yeah, let's go.
What the baba?
What's up? Yeah, what's up?
It's a baba. It's a baba.
Mushka, it was a wasa masa, it was a basa, it's a fuck, and mushka basa, it a wasa basa, it was, nom, it a water basa, and a wasa is a wapasha, whoa!
It's a
wapashaba, yeah, basaba, yeah, it's a, it's a wasa basa, it's a masa, it's a waba, and a waba,
4, 3,
What's a baba?
2,
It's a baba.
1. It's time.
That is it. You are out of time. Meg, what are you doing?
I am eating at a restaurant. My waiter or server is a sea snake, and my server is wearing Tom Hanks's house from Forrest Gump.
All right, let's see if Rudy can seal.
Is that wrong?
That is not correct, but I'm not going to clarify to make it an evil playing field.
All right,
Evil?
here's for the steal. All right, so anyway, I am enjoying delightful appetizers. The waiter that is serving them is, of course, a water snake, and the tray that they were on is none other than the director of Forrest Gump, Bob Zemeckis.
Sure. No, you were catering to a coral snake wearing an autographed Forrest Gump poster. Obviously. It's so clear.
Monsters.
It happens. That's a real thing.
I see it all
We
now.
are monsters, but we're also friends. All right, team, are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
Escobar.
Oh.
One minute.
I keep it.
30 seconds.
All right, great.
All right, what are you doing, Rudy?
I am applying sunscreen on a sunny day. All right, my sunscreen is nitrous oxide, and my hands are little cocktail forks.
Okay, how much time is left in that elbow?
18 or
18.
19 seconds.
Give it some confidence, buddy.
Good there.
Give me 19.
On sunscreen. Your sunscreen is something. You're not too far off, and your hands are a type of fork, but they're not that kind. You have 18 seconds, players. Clear it up.
Quick, phenomena.
And five, four, 3, 2, 1. That's it.
That is
Confidence.
time. All right.
All right, great.
What are you doing?
So I am applying sunscreen. The sunscreen is sleeping gas. I meant to say poisonous gas. And then, of course, my hands that I'm applying with are broken small forks.
Okay. Meg, let's see if you can seal it.
I'm putting on sunscreen. My sunscreen is sleeping pills, and my hands are plastic forks.
Oh, so close.
What?
Your sunscreen was chloroform.
It's correct.
Your hands were plastic forks.
I just heard "is correct" in the background, so I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah, we both said it.
Yelling at a different match and is not relevant to this situation. So
You're right,
sorry.
in a different universe.
Wrong cinematic universe. All right, Meg. It's currently 15-9. You're still in it. This round is with 10 points each.
Great, I'll do it.
Okay, I believe in you. You have a minute and a half the clock starting.
Abiscada, Vidi, shut up, Sandy Bink. Abiscada, Wada, Abiscada, Vidi, shut up, Abiscada, Abiscada, man, Wada, shut up, Abiscada, Midi, Abiscada, Abiscada, Wada, shut up, Abiscada, Abiscada, Mada, Abiscada, Shidi. Oh, Wada, shut up, Abiscada, ma.
1 minute.
Yeah,
In a Wuska Baska, is a wider Shabasaba, is a whoosh, and a Wuska Baskaba. Ba 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 Yabasaba. It was a whoa! And it was a wasaba.
What the fuck?
Now, 6.
Left, Meg. What are you doing?
I am FaceTiming a unicorn. I am in the haunted mansion, and my unicorn is a squirrel skin hat.
I think I'll take it.
Yeah!
You are a FaceTiming unicorn at the Haunted Mansion, and your unicorn is squirrel pelts. I think squirrel skin hat is squirrel pelts.
That's what you make it out of. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. That's 5 points to the blue team, bringing them, 10 points, bringing them to the lead 19-15.
Barn burner.
It's a real barn burner. All right. That means as red team, you can still take this back at this point. It's, if you win this, then it's all over for the blue team. Red team has it. This is your last thing. A minute and a half of the clock. Are you ready?
Yes. Shishubi. Sushi.
Pizza.
Blue to the do. Scooby.
What's up?
Let's go.
Let's take it. Let's take it. Oh, skip it in. Gab it up. As it. Scoop. Skip it up. Skip it in. Skip it in. Keep eating. Ask it. Ask it. Ask it. It's skip it in the chair. It's skip it in the chair.
1 minute.
1 minute. Keep it up. Gab it in. Gab it in. Shove it up.
Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's gonna it's got scoop. Oh, good, but it's good. Da 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 da.
30.
No, oh, bye, guys, got it. Bangers.
That is time. That is it. That is the time. Brian Houlihan, what are you doing? You are muted, my friend.
Yeah, what am I doing? I'm not guessing.
Rudy.
Oh, whoops, Rudy. What are you doing?
No.
I was gonna let him do it.
Huli, say it
Huli will
correctly.
get it.
Huli, say it. Huli, say it.
Rudy, what are you doing?
I am, of course, receiving treatment for a torn rotator cuff. The person working on me is the broom that a witchess uses to stir her cauldron. And my rotator cuff is... I've forgotten, but I can tell how you're laughing. I'm wrong.
Just got a lot of heart, buddy. All right,
A lot of heart in this
seal
guy.
this.
I am getting injured while playing football. My coach is Hillary Clinton, and my quarterback is a snake for the drain.
Oh, that is like right on the line there. You know what? You're already in the lead. You're gonna win anyway. I'll give it to you. You were walking it off. The it was snaking a drain, and your coach was Hillary Clinton.
More time, I can go above the other.
All right, that brings us to 29-15 with the bosses taking it away and winning it.
Bosses win. Yeah. All right. Let's say thank you to these amazing players from our red team. Brian Houlihan, Rudy Voigt, our bold captain, Ali Vollmer. And now let's hear it for your victorious downtown Chicago bosses. First, Andreas Soronis, Meg Kennedy with the great last guess, and your captain, Bruce Phillips. And finally, let's give it up for an amazing Ref Todd. I've been your announcer, kinda, Matt. And Ryan Mears been on keys, I think. I've never seen his face. But stay tuned because we have a great DEI presentation coming and a great Black History match right after this.
All right, everyone, welcome back to another session of Comedy Sports DNI Talks with your host, me, Luis Cortez, a longtime Comedy Sports LA player, now Comedy Sports Chicago player, and also our Director of Diversity and Inclusion. We started this show a few months back in order to introduce you to our ensemble, but also to introduce you to a lot of the conversations that we're trying to normalize within our ensemble, within our fan group, and within anyone who comes and watches our shows. Also make these conversations a little bit more mainstream, not so taboo in the dark, but also to introduce you to brand new ideas and brand new themes that we might be running into as we continue this sort of work. And today I have a very special episode because I have not just one, but I have two guests. I have some friends of mine from outside the Comedy Sportz Chicago world. They actually come from Comedy Sportz Worldwide, which we'll talk a little bit about today. So today will be a special episode as we are kind of stepping outside of the world of Chicago for a little bit so that you can hear what's going on outside of not just Chicago, but kind of Comedy Sportz nationwide. Today, my special guests are Justin Green from Comedy Sportz Las Vegas and Amelia Fowler from Comedy Sportz New York. Hello, you two. How are we doing today?
Pretty okay.
Yeah?
it's a
How
good
are
day.
you?
It's a good day.
I'm good. I'm very excited that you're both here. I know we've been talking for a little bit, doing some other sort of work, but essentially what I wanted to do was introduce everyone, not just to the both of you, but also to the work that we have been doing over the last, coming up on a year or so. I think we did the math and we said it was about 10, 11 months that we started working on this. So a little bit of an introduction. In fact, before we go into any of that, why don't you both just go ahead, introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about your background and then where you started with Comedy Sports. Let's start with Amelia.
Oh, I am an actor by trade. I am from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm still in Brooklyn, New York. New York forever. And I started with Comedy Sports New York I want to say 13, 14 years ago or so. And to be honest with you, just recently, maybe in the last few years, I've gotten more active in different conversations within Comedy Sports and within the worldwide scene.
And let's see. You know what? We'll come back to that question. Let me just let Justin do his thing.
Cool. I'm Justin. I am a co-owner and the artistic director of Comedysportz Las Vegas. Originally, I grew up in Buffalo, New York forever, I guess, but also I left it. Started in Buffalo in 2010, so it's been almost like 11 years since I've been doing Comedysportz. And yeah, I moved out here kind of with the idea of starting my own Comedysportz, and that's what I did with a couple other managers, and it's been a wild ride.
So that was going to be my next question, actually. For those of you that are unaware, both Justin and Amelia are co-owners of the Comedysportzes that they play for. So what was it that that made you want to become a co-owner?
Ooh, that's a cool question. Do you mind if I answer first, Amelia?
Yes, please.
Cool. So I started Comedysportz super young. I auditioned when I was 14, and like in Buffalo at the time, we didn't have like a high school league, we didn't have minor league. Like it was literally just like a pro Comedysportz audition. And so when I made it, I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like, and I think a lot of it was like growing up in Comedysportz. Like I was growing up not just in Buffalo, but going to championship. Like a lot of the people in Comedysportz who've been there forever, like have seen me sort of grow up. So I always knew I wanted to start a Comedysportz just because it was such a huge chunk of my life. So literally when I was looking for places to move out of Buffalo, I was already like, what city doesn't have a Comedysportz that I like could move and start a Comedysportz in? Like it's always been sort of a back burner dream of mine.
So you grew up around it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like it's I look back at it and it's hilarious. It's like a little funny to me, but like, yeah, my best friends were like adults in Comedysportz when I was in like high school. I'd be like a freshman in high school, like, gotta go do my show with my 40-year-old friends, which is hilarious. But yeah.
So then you and I essentially started around the same age, because I started Comedysportz in high school and I was 16, but you were doing it on the professional stage at 14.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Amelia.
Yeah. First of all, adorable. I'm sorry. I just had, because I remember seeing you when I went to championship it was still championship back then. Championship.
Buffalo, yeah, 2013.
Yeah. Back in 2013. It was like, oh my God.
Oh, I was horrified, so scared all the time.
You didn't come off that way. It was also that moment of, so where do we can't go here, but we can go here.
Oh yeah, I couldn't go to any of the after party. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, oh hey Justin, you were able to come to that. That was so lovely.
What year was that? What year, but where were we that year?
Buffalo.
2013 was in Buffalo. And I think that was the only reason that I was able to go, because there was like, they made a rule that you had to be a certain age to go to championship, but I think because we were hosting, like I was like, well, I'm also probably part of the reason they made that rule, because I was like a minor for the next 3 championships or whatever. But yeah, I was in Buffalo in 2013.
Adorable. And the best shirt ever.
Thank you. I didn't design it, but thank you.
It's so cute. Like I still have that. I don't even do shirts like that. Like I love it. Yeah, why did I choose to buy? First of all, I did not start in Comedysportz as a teenager. I was grown. And came to it from one of my other survival jobs that was kind of not a survival job. That person was in the team, told me to come on down, audition, everyone was cool. New York went through a lot of transitions, both managerially and team-wise, and it gotten to the point that we were at this fabulous peak where one person was leaving, the structure was changing, And it looked like it was time, in my opinion. Someone had told me about it and said, I think you'd be a good audition. And I was like, I think you're right. And I realized there would be representation and voices matter. You don't think about a specific thing if you really haven't developed it, right? You realize very quickly that when you walk out into the street, your concerns are different than mine. When I walk out the door, I'm thinking, do I have everything with me? Do I have everything I need for the day? But then there are other things I encounter, like I'm short. I'm really short, right? I'm constantly scanning the ground for things that I might actually get in the way of. I'm never looking up. Tall people look up because tall things are there. Branches, things of that nature. It's a different perspective. And having that perspective is what creates a safe environment for both the tall and the short, right? So the same thing is for women, LGBTQ, people of color, all of it. Because if you're from that particular group, you're thinking the way that group thinks. So you're able to, how do I put it, think ahead with that in mind. So that's been actually, I'll be honest with you, having, our team is 2 women, 2 men. 2 people are either gay or queer, and 2 people are straight, and and I'm black, and they're not.
I wasn't even drinking anything.
Stop the recording. Stop the recording.
Like what? And it's created a conversation that I do think has assisted in us growing our diversity and making it a more hospitable place to be.
So, what year did you say that you became an owner?
I believe it's 3 years now, so that would be
Yes, you've been an owner for
17.
2017. Yeah. And Justin, what year did you start out?
We officially started Comedysportz, I think, in 2018. So
okay,
yeah.
So you've both been owners about 2 or 3 years at this point.
Yeah. We're still new.
So
yeah.
So you were each about 2 years in when you started this D&I journey, and what was it that what started that ball rolling?
Okay, I'll say this. The D&I or DEI or whichever it's called, starting it worldwide is like the last couple of years, but starting it in the home city has been a focus from the beginning.
Okay, so when you took over 3 years ago, your first focus was DEI, D&I for New York.
One of my first focuses, yes, because I was like, there's no people of color here. We need to have something more equitable here. It started with casting and just moved out from there.
Okay, and Justin, was this something that you kind of started attacking from the beginning, like from step 1, or was it something that came in later?
Yeah, it actually kind of like to echo kind of what Amelia was saying, like I feel like just having a diverse perspective in a management position already put DEI on the forefront in regards to like, casting, like, especially because like my role within our Comedysportz as artistic director, but I'm also doing all of our graphic design, like all of our outreach, like all those things fall under my umbrella. So we didn't have an official DEI sort of committee in Las Vegas until about a year ago, but it was already like on the forefront of my mind just because of my perspective, like my life perspective. Yeah. And as far as like the worldwide stuff, I believe we all got together, like we said, like 10 months ago, right?
Yeah. And that's and for me, I mean, I'm not an owner, but a few years ago, Nicole Devon here from Chicago, who had been doing some worldwide stuff, I think she had been doing a good amount of work, but I think they also hit a lot of walls where they were just kind of like not sure where to go from there. I think very similar walls that we've hit along the way and kind of had to figure out. But with her, she also stated, even though she is a woman and part of an underrepresented group, she felt that as a white woman, she might not be the best person to represent this position. And so she talked to me about taking it over in Chicago. And I've said this before, though I didn't completely agree with her decision, I respected it and just went, okay, if that's really how you feel, I will take this position from you. And then same thing, I'd kind of been working at it from a few different angles, as much as you can in a volunteer position, where you don't really wield a lot of power, and so there's not a lot behind you to help you get these things passed. But then after a few years, I was just kind of focusing on Chicago, and then I got a call from one of you, I believe.
I called you.
Yeah, it was you. That's it. Yeah, Justin, you called me. We were just like, we might be getting together to talk. Do you want to talk? And I'd already kind of been through the ringer with some worldwide stuff that I was just like, all right, here we go again. All right, yeah, I'll talk. Let's do it. I'd stepped in, stepped out, because I didn't know what I was doing, and I would just get too frustrated, too emotional. But then I was like, maybe with some other people, this might seem a little easier. So we met. So this would have been April, May of 2020. We were just at the height of, not even at the height, we were just getting comfortable into 1 month of being locked in might turn into 2. I think is kind of where we were. And we started just having conversations. And so I think one thing that we talked from the beginning was transparency and making sure that everybody was aware of everything, from every direction. So I think it to explain to people how we got to this point would be a kind of a smart move. So what do you recall about those first few conversations that we were having when we were first meeting and kind of figuring out, what is Zoom and what are we doing?
I think from my perspective, I think Amelia, you have a different perspective, because I think you were actually approached about maybe starting a DEI committee, but we're the third iteration of Comedysportz DEI worldwide. And so from my perspective, it was right after George Floyd was murdered that I was kind of because we have our Facebook group with all the players or whatever from all the different, cities. And I was, waiting for some sort of statement or some sort of check-in just to be like, is everyone okay? Like, how are you feeling? Like, I know we're all processing trauma right now. And like that statement, in my personal opinion, took a little bit long to get out. For whatever reason. And that's when I called you, Louise, because I was like, I feel like, people should be doing more. And I think it was either you or Matt that was like, yeah, like you can also do more. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Like, let's, try and figure something out. And that's, I think, at least in my mind, I think this was one of the first calls I had with you, Louise, was like me not necessarily feeling like equipped to start like a DEI committee. And you were kind of just like, you are like, let's do it. You know what I mean? So I think then we got Amelia, and then the three of us just started meeting consistently and having these kind of conversations about what changes that we want to see within Comedysportz worldwide to make it a more diverse, equitable, and inclusive place for everyone.
I actually remember that conversation now, because I remember that at the end of it, you were just like, I just don't know if I could do this. And I was like, you're like half my age and an owner. Like, yeah. I think you could do this. Like, I'm sitting here doing work for free at 40, and you're an owner. Like, why are you getting advice from me? I should be asking you for a job.
Yeah, no, I was literally pacing up and down my room. Like, I remember that conversation very vividly.
Oh, all those I've walked a circle into my basement with how many of those conversations I just went down there for, just walking in a loop, like, getting so frustrated and riled up. Amelia, what do you recall about those first few conversations?
Okay, so horrified from the George Floyd situation. Matt had reached out to me asking about reviving the D&I committee. At the time, that's what it was. I had been a member of the D&I committee. I had spoken to Nicole when it, I hadn't realized it was a second incarnation of it when she was helming it. I didn't know if it was. I just had never, I hadn't heard about it within the space of Comedysportz. So I didn't know that it had ever lived prior to that. So I was like, oh, great. You all are starting a D&I committee. I think that's great. Let's do this dang thing. And it was, there was a lot of goodwill, but not a lot of commitment and focus on a lot of members' parts, including my own. Right? Because it was just like, what's going on? Okay, what? Oh, got involved in that thing. What's that thing? But this second time being approached by Matt, because Nicole approached me the first time too, it was just like, okay, cool. Matt had approached, and this time it was on the heels of George Floyd. And all of us were stuck in quarantine to some degree, or most of us were stuck in quarantine. And we all watched him expire in front of our eyes. And the anger and the hurt were so real and tangible. So I was like, okay, I know I can't do this alone. I'm positive of it because I saw Nicole try to helm it, and she fought and she did, and I know I don't have the patience for it, nor I hate using the term, but bandwidth to take that all in, right? And he was talking about, oh, you all, and you could do this, and you might want to reach out to Justin, and I'm like, and Luis, right? Because I knew you had taken it over, and I was very clear that that had taken place. So I was like, I don't want to disrespect the work that you had done prior. I was like, so we're reaching out. And I don't remember how it all came, if it was me reaching out to both of you and you all were like, yeah, I was coming to reach out to y'all too. I don't remember how that all gelled out. But long story short, we wound up all speaking to each other. And I think we did have a conversation with Matt at some point as well. And we were like, okay, let's just be real. Are we willing to do this? Let's get clear. Are we cool to do this? We know this is going to take time, attention, focus, some emotional work. Are we cool? And we consented. And, even in our starting of it, it was a DEI moment. Because we changed from DNI to DEI.
Yeah.
And it was an equitable moment. We made the choice to do this. It wasn't like, okay, so white people can't handle this topic, so I guess the brown and black folks have to. It wasn't that. It was like, oh, there's a need. There are people within this organization that understand there's a need, but that they don't have the full breadth of experience to have the full breadth of knowledge of how to do this. And by virtue of what we do in our cities and the positions we have there and our own backgrounds, like, for love of God, Luis is a sociologist. We have people with background in this. These are three people that talent and circumstance can assist them in creating an organization that can keep a conversation ongoing that needs to be kept ongoing, and hence why we are here.
Yeah, I think you bring up a really good point about us choosing to do the work, because I think we consistently, every time we meet, we're making the choice to do it. I never necessarily feel required. I think we all do a really good job of checking in with each other, especially when things get a little tense, or if people are like, hey, I need just a break this week or this weekend. I think we're really good about consistently not forcing anyone on anything, but always being here to do the work. And that's something I was thinking about recently, is well, why do we choose to do the work? And I think it's something Luis said in one of those early meetings about maybe forming DEI stuff in Chicago, and kind of getting to that position, and then thinking that a whole bunch of people of color or LGBT players would kind of just come join you, and it would be this kind of easy transition. And it wasn't, right? And then you kind of said, yeah, some players, everyone deserves the right to just come here and do a show and then get drinks after and then go home. There shouldn't be put I guess a special requirement just because you are a member of a marginalized community that you're also going to do the DEI work, right? And I like the idea that we're choosing to do the work so that other players don't have to, right? We're trying to make it inclusive for everyone so that everyone can just ultimately have fun. And if you want to get more involved, you can, and if you don't, that's also totally fine.
Yeah, pigment and underrepresentation doesn't mean it is your job.
I think a lot of it for me as well, and over the last few years, has been the shine fell off the apple years ago. I know Comedysportz can be very kumbaya, we're family, but even that stuff for me, I was like, yeah, that's great. Like, good for you, yay. Oh, like that fell off that ship was long gone years ago. But the last few years has been, learning about all this stuff so much that it's kind of been a little like, and I'm seeing a lot of different situations in a lot of different ways. So it's just been like, oh my God, I never realized, I never thought of it this way. I never this, that, and the other thing. Though I still believe that my experiences have been, for the most part, positive. There were a lot of stuff that I'm starting to see now, which is why I think like I'm still having so much trouble like just processing a lot of this stuff. And I definitely was not prepared because I was involved in that second iteration of D&I where it just kind of fizzled, I think, because a lot of us just didn't know what we were doing. Like, I remember actually trying to figure out a way for all of us to meet, and someone, I think, mentioned Zoom, and we tried it once, and we were definitely all like, good. Like, it was so much harder back then that we just kind of like, maybe in 10 years, like, but, in Philly, when we had a championship in Philly, I went to talk to all the managers, and after just being through like the meetings that y'all just went through this last week with all the managers getting together and stakeholders and stuff like that, I sat through one, and just when it got time for me to talk, I lost it. I got so emotional and angry just because I'd never witnessed that in that way, and so I just like I kind of let loose, and I'm sure I scared a lot of white people. And so like I obviously knew at the time like I did not approach this the right way. This was not the way to go. And so this second time around, or for me at least, has been a lot of like observing and learning, and not like knowing how to present it correctly because I'm tone policing myself, which I don't want to do, but also like just what is going to be more productive for the rest of us as I try to process all of this new stuff. But
my life had a fast man, but it's ass plan. Fight for my life with the brass hands, and I still ball with a bad hand. Got an aerial point of view, but they'll never see the big picture through zoom lens. From the quicksand, make it push start, type of band's coupe with the tent plan. I'm back on my bender rolls for the kicks. They quick to give them 2 cents, put my circle tight like we glued hands. Like I don't believe in new friends. Trail light, I know the ice thin. I drop the song, get a few wins. I crave the comfort in my own skin. Really, I just wanna feel the world spin. Crop a check, watch me double that. I get it lit, I watch it bubble up. Remember opening for shows, no a show, but I pulled through, I muscled up. Now the label one fuck with us. I spin the paper, let them know what's up. I figured I would really honor something, cause jealous niggas give a subtle love. Crazy, they hella shaky on that really, but that's fake. Shit, see through the shade, shit, they so unstable. Done waiting, I'm a wanderlust, I'm really going all the way to places. Never thought I'd take it all off the phrases, but I can't get no sleep, blending in the weeks. Life is bittersweet, I can't really explain it, but it's everything I need. At least for now, I think that everything might be alright, okay, okay. I can't get no sleep, blending in the weeks. Life is bittersweet, I can't really explain it, but it's everything I need. At least for now, I think that everything might be alright, okay, okay. These days I get replays, blue faces, how I decorated the loose page. Remember how I used to serve the plate, clean the food tray, working 8 to 4 from Tuesday through the weekdays. Hustle evenings at the stool off Highway 92 in Haywood, always running just a few late. Tucking a new game, back to the crib and I color in new ways. Wielded a new blade, but the budget tied me down like shoestrings. Collected the loose change, those were the days that made me. She on my line like a beacon, she could've swore that I was cheating. Be honest, I was barely breathing. Chasing the life how I wanted it, knowing that you was all that I need. Puzzle that out of the pieces that fit like a glove, you sit it right in front of me. How I don't see it. Hit up the Brody to vent, like thought that's tonight, take it easy. Am I on or something, or am I reaching to be validated? Instead I get told from the parking space, why do it feel like I could have a vote for the ominous faces to all that won't save us? I thought the ground was for the breaking, look like it's all overrated. Yeah, like it's all overrated. Like it's all overrated to me. Like it's all overrated to me. I can't get no sleep, living in the weeks. Life is bittersweet, I can't really explain it, but it's everything I need. At least for now, I think that everything might be alright, okay, okay. I can't get no sleep, living in the weeks. Life is bittersweet, I can't really explain it, but it's everything I need. At least for now, I think that everything might be alright, okay, okay.
Don't listen to the hollow words. Don't fall into their hands. Don't follow any other path but your own. Don't need to live up to their demands. Only your heart can tell you what is right. You really should listen to yourself. The only thing that truly matters now is that you're doing well, like you're doing well. Don't fall for it. Don't listen to them. Just follow the light. You're almost there. Just open your eyes. It's right there. Just follow the light. You're almost there. Just open your eyes. It's right there. Don't be afraid. Be strong. You're not alone. Take a
Yeah. Raising the Tobagos, we growing like fresh tomatoes. Them boys on fire, too fuego. We pass it round, hot potato. Everything is new wavo. I'm with my sweetie like Quavo. Need my cheese, need that queso. Need my bread, need that bankroll. Wake up, yes, Lord, I'm thankful. Another day on my schedule. Steady blocking the devil. I tell a hater, God bless you. Cherish moments that special. You gotta keep the memento. If you love me, then I love you, and I could never forget you. Some memories don't fade. Sometimes you miss the old days, but nothing changed unless you change what's around you. How you think, how you live, how you speak, how you walk, how you blink, how you talk, how you teach, how you reach. Let it sing. What's your purpose? What's your passion? Did it pain? What's your plan? Is it plain? On a plane? Hydroplane? I'm just playing. What's your purpose? What's your passion? Did it pain? What's your plan? Is it plain? On a plane? Hydroplane? I'm just playing. A beat by Joby, feel like Obi-Wan Kenobi, cause I'm a star and they can't hold me like I'm Kobe in the fourth. Yeah, nothing is ever forced. We headed straight to the source. No middleman, little man. Let me show you if you was lost. It's a couple college courses, but I ain't finished that shit. Been chasing dreams since 17, so yeah, I've been on my shit. Yeah, we loaded up the vault and had to empty the clip. Remember days we wasn't paid and had to roll up the clips. Now the herbs be extra strong and they come in a zip. People say we taking long, but we ain't rushing with shit. Put the plans in God's hands and he gon' bless us with riches. I ain't tripping over shit because I'm watching my step. Putting money on the phone, could dab and call and collect. All on respect, I can't lie, I'm just here for a check. Just to build my...
Can I dance for you? Would that be cool? Can I dance for you? Would that be cool? Butterflies in my stomach, butterflies in my chest. Heartbeat like a bird that's humming. Trust your words cause you know me best. Let's take a walk down a brick road. Click your heels and you'll be there. I want you, do you want me to? Once you hear the rhythm playing, promise you won't be complaining. I'll be here for you if it's for you. Once my body gets to swaying, promise you won't be complaining. And I'll be saying, yeah. Can I dance for you? Would that be cool? Can I dance for you? Would that be cool? Yeah. Beautiful girls are coming. Funny girls are real sweet. I don't say these words often. Loving you has left me weak. But let's take a walk down a brick road. Click your heels and we'll be there. I want you, do you want me to? Once you hear the rhythm playing, promise you won't be complaining. I'll be here for you if it's for you. Once my body gets to swaying, promise you won't be complaining. And I'll be saying, yeah, yeah. Can I
although I don't stop in February. I celebrate Black culture all year round, every month of the year, every day of the year. But tonight's match is going to feature our performers from the comedy sports community here that are going to represent the Black culture for us today. So we're very, very excited to have them. Also, fun fact, yours truly advanced to the finals of For the Culture. It's a game show that was written and created by our very own Mo Phillips Spots, hosted by our very own Justin Swinson, and as I mentioned, featuring yours truly in the finals. I'll be competing against Isabella and Bethany tomorrow night, and that's going to take place at 9 p.m. in between the 7:30 and 9:30 matches. So please, please, please come out for that. If you come to 7:30, stick around the whole night, make a night of it. Okay. Also, we've got some other really exciting shows that we've added to our roster here. So if you haven't checked it out on Monday nights, we've got Karaoke. It is the preeminent karaoke singing competition that we have here at Comedy Sportz. My dog just brought a chew toy, so I was a little distracted, but hey, it's live. We're rolling with it. So check out Karaoke on Monday nights, hosted again by Justin Swinson. He's getting a lot of hosting opportunities here. Well deserved. Also, on Thursday nights, we've got One Shots. We've also got Among Us taking place right after One Shot, so check that out as well. And let's see what else. In March, we're going to be kicking off a Six Things tournament. It's going to take place and start on Friday and Saturday nights at 9:30 p.m. You're going to be seeing folks from all over. I just tossed the chew toy, if you didn't notice that. Very, very smooth. This is live. This is all happening live, my friends. So we're going to have folks not just from Comedysportz Chicago, but from Comedy Sports all across the country competing in our Six Things tournament. So check that out as well. You know what? I've been talking this whole time, and I haven't even checked in on you, my friends out there in the audience. How are you doing? So, you know, I just threw up a poll there for you. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah, let me know how you're doing out there. All right. So how are we feeling tonight? We're feeling strong. Most everyone's feeling strong. A couple people need a little pick-me-up, so hopefully we can provide that pick-me-up for you. But I like it. I like that most of the folks out there in the audience are feeling strong. So am I. So you know what? One more thing, right? We're gonna keep it a clean match. We've got the chat bot out there scouring the chats, making sure that all of our suggestions are above board, right? Are tasteful, are suited for a sophisticated audience such as yourselves. So let's make sure that that all of our awesome suggestions are appropriate for an all ages audience. That being said, speaking of suggestions, let's get our creative juices flowing. The snow here in Chicago is starting to melt, which means that spring activities, we can just feel them. They're so, so close. So why don't you throw some things you can't wait to start doing, some active activities that you're gonna be doing once the weather warms up. All right, great, here we go. We got coming in here. Coming in hot. Let's see here. Oh, I love these. These are great. Oh, Hars. Love you, buddy. Oh, these are great. I love these. Keep them coming. Let's see. Oh, yes. Lovely. Oh, you know, I'll be honest, I haven't done a number of these things, so I think I'm gonna have to add some activities to my spring and summer routine here. Okay. Oh, thank you, Hars. All right. Oh, yeah, Mighty Lat, maybe if we have any friends with bougie backyards, we should definitely make that happen. Elisa, I hope you get that. Oh my goodness. Christine. I love that. Okay. Let's see here. I think we've got a really great selection here. Okay. And folks, if anyone at home is wondering, my wife just came downstairs, so she's gonna make sure my dog is occupied, so hopefully we won't have any more distractions for me throughout the course of the night. So with that being said, let's go get the players. Let's start this match. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Friday night 9:30 comedy sports match. Tonight, the visiting team, the Mo Moneys, is doing battle against the defending champion downtown Chicago Bosses. Leading off tonight, we've got Matt Kidd. Looking good, Matt. Up next, we've got my best friend and the host of every single show on CSCN, Justin Mo Money Swinson. Give him the paper, give him the paper. And captaining the Mo Moneys. This should come as no shock based on the team's name. It's Mo Phillips Spots, captaining for her first time tonight. Hey, Mo. You guessed it, they're gonna be doing battle against our defending downtown Chicago Bosses. Leading off, we've got my former protege, Jason Tolliver. There he is, the running man. Up next, my confidant, my trusted advisor, Ashley Victoria. Hey, Luis. Luis, get out of there. And captaining the Bosses, someone with so many credentials I can't even name him, Charisse Johnson. And let me introduce to you our ref for tonight. You already saw him earlier, Luis Cortez. Hey, Luis.
Cortez, you got it.
I was gonna say Luis David Cortez Guzman, and then I just tripped up.
You bailed.
I bailed, baby. You have too many names. I'm great, man. I'm great. And Chance has someone to play with now, so he's doing good.
I don't think I have too many names, just two of each.
You know, I don't even have a middle name, so I'm just jealous.
Oh, I think, what is it? I'm the only one of my siblings that has a middle name.
Nice.
Everyone else did not. My dad gave us all biblical names. So I got David, and then my brother is the devil. Hello everyone. Hello, and welcome to Comedy Sports. It's Friday night. It's 9:30. I'm so excited that you are here, and on top of that, you're here for a very special match. It is our Black History Month match. We have been doing programming all month long. Tonight is our second Black History Month match, followed by tomorrow night's For the Culture Final, with three of our ensemble members who have moved on to the final. One of them being, of course, Jesse over here, who's ready to win it. He could take it all tomorrow. Some bragging rights, and then just way to know stuff. Yeah. So thank you all for joining us on all of this. I'm so excited that you are here. Why are we doing all this amazing programming? Because the African American community is a part of this company, and they have been a part of this country from day one. So we wouldn't have this country, this state, or this city without them. They are very much part of our company, and I always like to use this time to thank them for choosing Comedy Sports as the place where not only they want to find their voice, but then express it right here on our stage. So thank you all so much in the audience for being here. Thank you for all of my players for being here tonight. And of course, as always, as the Director of Diversity and Inclusion, I'm just going to double down on making sure that I make this place a place where you want to be, where you feel safe and comfortable and want to continue expressing yourself here. Because Comedy Sports is a place for everyone, and it's my job to make that happen. So, let's go ahead and continue on with the match. Now, Jesse has done a great job of explaining everything that you need to know. The only new thing that I am going to introduce is our technical foul. We live on the internet now, and the internet is expensive. And sometimes I would rather use that money for my PS4. So my Wi-Fi might get glitchy. It might freeze. It might kick me off. I might just forget to mute myself. Who knows? If anything like that happens, I'm going to blow my whistle. Call the technical foul. Then a punishment will be doled out in that moment, depending on what is actually happening at that second. So I can't say if I'm going to take away points or just have the person leave the screen or what. We'll see what happens when it happens, but keep your eyes out for those technical fouls. All right, so I believe that's everything that we need to talk about. Jesse, are you ready to do this?
Luis, I was born ready. That's not true. I wasn't born ready because when I was born, I didn't know how to use a computer, but now I'm ready.
All right, so you were born and now you're ready.
I think that catches us up, yes.
Fantastic, great. Not as exciting as the first one, but I still loved it. So tell you what, let's get the captains to the screen. All right, Captain Charisse and Captain Mo, how are we feeling tonight?
Blessed. So fresh and so clean, you know?
Fantastic. Now, I am very well aware that is both of your first time captaining. So what I want to ask is, Charisse, what are you looking to have your captain persona be? What kind of captain are you looking to be?
I want to be chill, but I want to command respect. Like, think of like Erykah Badu vibes, like, you know, like very chill, but like she knows who she is.
Agreed. Mo, same question, but for Mo?
I think I'm going to be a little more aggressive. Like, think like Lizzo and like her politics and like, you know, body positivity. That's like me. I want to be like that.
Okay.
I like both of these techniques. Let's see how they present themselves throughout the show. So tell you what, for the coin toss right now, I want you to go out into your homes and find me something that best portrays the other captain. You just heard them describe their captaining style. Go out into your homes and find me something that portrays the other captain. Go. All right, and they're off to see what they're going to bring back. If you were going to grab something from your home to portray me, what would you bring back?
4 different names.
Okay. And for you, I don't know why, but I would bring a floral couch.
Nice. That sounds good.
All right, our captains are back. Let's go ahead and start with Charisse. Charisse, what do you bring that screams Mo?
It's a wooden spoon.
I was just gonna say, is that a wooden spoon? Okay.
It is. It makes me think of Mo because she's trying to be aggressive, and which makes me think of my mom. And you ever been hit with a wooden spoon?
I have. My grandma used to hit me with a wooden spoon.
That's aggressive.
That's why I got it tattooed on my arm. This is my grandma.
See?
Tattoo. Yeah.
Means business is what I think. It means business. So I think Mo means business. So this spoon means business.
If I'm here to whoop butt, then I'm here to whoop butt. So that's it. That's fine. That's fine.
I like it. Both captains agree. Mo, what did you bring me that screams Charisse?
I brought this candle. Let me get in real quick. I figured you could probably meditate over it and light it and talk about the good things you wish you had. So, yeah.
Yo, I just lit some incense. I literally just lit some incense. So that's pretty spot on.
Okay. All right. Well, tell you what, both of those are very good choices. But because of the connection, I'm going to have to go with the spoon. So I'm going to have to give it to Charisse on this one. But both were 100% spot on. Charisse, I am going to let you challenge Captain Mo to the first game of the night. What's it going to be?
It's going to be a very good family-friendly, family reunion version of Scattergories.
Oh, fantastic. Mo, do you accept?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for cookout. Let's go.
Okay, let's do this. Players to the screen. So it's time for a head-to-head, and we're going to start with Scattergories. Now, for the game of Scattergories, what I am going to need are suggestions, and you can throw them in the chat right now, of different types of categories. So we're going to be naming things within categories, so types of cars, colors, movies that star Jonah Hill. I don't know why Jonah Hill just popped in my head, but he did. Don't do that again, Jonah Hill. Whatever those may be, go ahead and just pop them right into the chat. So I'm going to pick one of these, and then we are just going to go burn box style around and seeing if people can name things within this category. But at any time, I can blow my whistle and ask them that if the last suggestion is also part of a different sort of category, and they will throw us into a brand new category, sending the entire game in a completely different direction. This is an elimination game, so the last player standing is going to win 5 points for their team. Players, how we feeling? We ready to do this?
Yes.
Ready.
Still feeling blessed.
Jesse, do me a favor and get me the first suggestion of the night.
Yeah, sure thing, Luis. It's my pleasure. Let's see here. Cuts of meat is the suggestion.
Okay, we're kicking it up strong, and Mo mentioned about wanting to just go ahead and be at the barbecue, so we're gonna go ahead and start with cuts of meat. So here we go. The first round is gonna be cuts of meat. Players, let's do this. Therese.
Ham hock.
Mo.
Oxtails.
Jason.
Corned beef.
Justin.
Ribeye.
Ashley.
This the loin.
Matt.
Tri-tip.
Charisse.
Pork knuckle.
Which is also
part of a pig.
Okay, parts of a pig. Matt.
Snout.
Justin.
His little cute little tail.
Jason.
Chitlins.
Bacon.
Oh.
Ears.
Charisse.
Tongue.
Jason.
Hog head cheese.
Matt.
Jowls.
Justin.
The little hairs that be coming up out of its back.
Which is also
a thing that happens to you as you get older.
A thing that happens to you as you get older. Jason.
Bones break.
Charisse.
You can't see no more.
Mo.
My back hurts.
Ashley.
A lot less sleep.
Matt.
Cataracts kick in.
Matt.
That ankle, it keeps hurting every morning. Don't warm up.
Matt.
Okay, so like I swallowed something and it still hasn't come out.
Just. I don't know if that's an age thing.
Oh, right. Go see a doctor.
Yeah. I don't think this is, and that's not a normal thing that happens to all of us, buddy. I'm sending you off the screen because go to the doctor like right now. All right. All right. Let's keep rolling along. Let's see. Let me get a suggestion.
I got one, Luis. I got one. Disney original movies.
Okay, Disney original movies. Jesse, I'm gonna ask you to help me out on this one since you've probably seen more of these since you have a kid and watch these a lot more often than I do probably. Or just by yourself when you just have Jesse time. All right, so here we go. Disney original movies. Mo.
Stepsister from Planet Weird.
Charisse.
Cinderella, but like the black one.
Jason.
Lion King.
Ashley.
Oh.
Justin.
The Jungle Book, but like the weird CGI one.
Charisse.
Beauty and the Beast.
Mo.
Princess and the Frog.
Which is also
a fairy tale.
Fairy tales. Ashley.
The Sword in the Stone.
Jason.
Aladdin.
Charisse.
Them Three Little Pigs.
I don't know if that's a fairy tale.
It's more of a
Why
fable.
not?
It's more of a fable.
Why not?
I think it's more of a fable than.
What's the distinction?
Okay.
Good call. Good call. Good call.
Why not? We
I
outside.
I don't make no rules.
We
Don't you though? Don't you?
Shut up, Jesse. You're supposed to be on my side. All right, Jesse, you know what? I saw another one here. Let's see. Dan. It says 80s dance, but we'll expand it to just dance songs. I want dance songs. So here we go. Mo.
Electric Slide.
Justin.
The Cupid Shuffle.
Ashley.
Wake me up before you go, girl.
Jason.
Crank that.
Mo.
Oh my love.
That's not a dance song. No, get off the screen. All right. So we are down to Jason and Ashley and Justin. So Justin is holding it down for the Mo Monies. This could be it. All right. So here we go. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. Let's do 90s sitcoms. 90s sitcoms. And we're going to start with Ashley.
Wings.
Jason.
Martin.
Justin.
Homeboys from Outer Space.
Which is also
a show that only lasted one season.
One season shows. Ashley.
Mars.
Jason.
All that.
All that was on for so long.
They even brought it back for a new season.
Yeah, they even brought it back again because it was on not long enough the first time. All right, but I I respect that you just walked off knowing like, nope, that's so wrong.
He's like, that ain't it.
All right, Jesse, do me a favor and find us the final suggestion here. So this is our final round. It is Ashley versus Justin. The last player standing is going to win 5 points for their team, putting them on the board. So here we go. Jesse, what did you find for me?
Well, this one would have been super convenient for Jason Tolliver, but tough break, kiddo. We're going to go with potato chip flavors or chip flavors.
Chip flavors. All right. Chip flavors. Here we go. We're going to start with Justin.
Original.
Ashley.
Barbecue.
Justin.
Sour cream and onion.
Justin.
Carolina barbecue.
Ashley.
Salt and vinegar.
Which is also
a way to season fish.
Ooh. Justin.
Lemon pepper.
Ashley.
That Old Bay.
Justin.
Ooh, I was gonna say Old Bay, but chili flakes, little flakes, you know.
Yeah, Ashley.
Some butter and some dill on it.
Ooh, Ashley.
Ooh, with some cornmeal, you deep fry it.
Ooh, Justin.
You could just like put it in some foil and then put it in the grill and leave it there for a little bit and come back and it'll be good.
Which is also
something you want to do when it's warm outside.
Ashley, something to do when it's warm outside.
Get wet.
Justin.
Ride your bike.
Ashley.
Lay inside in the AC.
Justin.
Stay hydrated.
Justin.
Stay moisturized.
Justin.
Stay woke.
Ashley.
Make sure you put on the sunscreen.
Ashley.
Make sure you wear a big old oversized hat.
Which is also
Something that you should do before you go to church in the South.
Things to do before you go to church in the South. Justin.
Make sure your socks are matching and not mismatched.
Ashley.
Make sure you got a crease in them pants.
Justin.
Make sure you ain't wearing no clip-on ties in church.
No. Ashley.
Make sure you ride with the Lord.
Ashley.
Make sure lunch is ready for after you get out of church.
Justin.
Make sure you've had breakfast before church.
Justin.
Know who to avoid when you walking into church.
Justin.
Know the fastest way out of church when it's over.
Ashley.
Make sure you tell the pastor that you ran Bible study 4 times this week so he could acknowledge you in the opening remarks.
Ashley.
Make sure that Miss Stacy is on time for Bible study because them kids can't watch themselves.
Justin.
Make sure you have some single dollar bills because you don't want to put too big of a bill in the collection plate.
That's true. Justin.
Make sure that you have a book on you just in case there aren't enough in the pew.
Justin.
Keep some gum on you because you don't want your breath to be smelling weird in church.
Ashley.
We chewing gum in church? No, I'll lose on that. We ain't chewing gum in church.
You know what? You upset Ashley? Justin, I'm going to have to call you out. She's right. You shouldn't be chewing gum in church. So Justin's out, which means 5 points to our bosses. Justin, what did you think of that round?
It was awesome, man. You're tough but fair. But she's right though. Justin was out of pocket for that. I'm picking sides. You know what? I started off neutral, but now I'm picking sides.
Yeah, I should have known better. I should have known better than to let someone chew gum in church. My mom would be so mad at me. All right, so Jesse, what does the score stand at now?
Well, Luis, with the exciting conclusion of our opening head-to-head game, the bosses jump up to an early lead, and they're now up 5-0.
Ooh, well then you know what? I would love to see the captain of the bosses up on the screen. Let's do this. Captain Charisse, how we feeling?
Good. Here's my incense that I lit. I'm just feeling out the vibe, of my team. It's we are with God, we are with the spirit in this match. So I have high hopes that we will overcome.
I can't argue with any of that, and I hope you do, but do you know what game you're going to try to overcome with?
Oh yeah, we are going to play Audition.
Oh, fantastic. All right. So, for the game of Audition, you are probably going to need the very enthusiastic help of our own Jesse Gomez, is that correct?
That is very correct.
So, Charisse, Jason, and Ashley are about to audition for a brand new play directed by our very own Jesse. But they don't know what they are going to be auditioning for. So, what is a location that you had to go to this week? It's not fancy or interesting. It is just something that you had to do. It could be a chore, it could be work, it could be a summons. I don't know your life, but it's somewhere where you had to go this week, and it was not. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we're getting some good stuff in. All right, let's see. So, the name of the show that you're going to audition for, as per what I was requested, is going to be Medea Goes to Jury Duty. Yep. So the name of this brand new show is Medea Goes to Jury Duty. It's a brand new play. For those of you that don't know, Medea started as plays and moved up to movies. Well, she's going back to her roots with Medea Goes to Jury Duty, and Jesse's going to be directing this. He's going to just run them through the process of an audition for this, and we are just going to get to observe and watch this. So, Jesse, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you. Players, begin.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming in. I'm sure you know me. I'm the co-creator of The Chappelle Show. I'm Neil Brennan. Dave said I could do this, so I decided I was going to mount a stage production of the blockbuster movie Medea Goes to Jury Duty. I just want to thank all of you for coming in to read. Why don't we go ahead and introduce ourselves? Let me know your name and what part you're going to be reading for. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you, miss.
Thank you. My name is Chanel. I'm going to be reading for the Pick Me Girl. Specifically, I want to make sure that everyone knows that I will do anything for love.
Fantastic. So you're going to be reading for the Pick Me Girl, and I'm sorry, your name one more time, please?
It's Chanel.
Chanel. Okay, yeah, you're the 5th Chanel I've seen today. Great. Fantastic. The gentleman over there, sir, if you could introduce yourself, please.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My name is Maximus Johnson III, but everybody just call me Pops, okay? And I'm going to be reading for the part of juror number 3.
Fantastic, Pops. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in to read for the part of juror number 3. And last but certainly not least.
Hello, my name is Marjorie Putnam. That's the Coney Park Putnams. In case you're wondering, yes, there is a relation there. And I'm definitely going to be reading for Naomi to first jury duty. She's young and impressionable.
Fantastic. Excited to see what all of you bring to the table. Okay, so we'll start off with Chanel. Chanel, you're going to be basically, this is going to be the origin of your character, okay, of Pick Me Girl. This is the moment when you first receive your summons to appear for jury duty. Whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Okay. Jury duty? Lord, what did I do to deserve such a thing? Have I not been holy enough for you? Have I not been devout enough for you? Why, Lord, have you forsaken me? Why am I still single? Maybe I will find true love at this jury duty.
Great job. It's how I pictured it when I wrote that several weeks ago. Pops, we're going to fast forward a little bit. Pops, this is that pivotal moment when you realize that even though the entire jury wants to unanimously convict, you don't think there's enough evidence. Go ahead, Pops.
Oh, my God. I'm trying to get the heck up out of here, okay? The man is guilty. You got 2 choices, guilty, not guilty. He's obviously guilty. Okay, if he was at the place and he was at the time, then he's gonna be guilty, okay? So I need to go home because I gotta take my meds. I shouldn't even be here anyway. Too old for this. Hey, wait, throw my suspenders on. Hey, man.
Pops, thank you so much for bringing your own suspenders. You know, it wasn't written specifically in for the character, but I think we both know that juror number 3 would wear suspenders. Fantastic. Last but not least, sorry, ma'am.
Marjorie. It's Marjorie Putnam.
That's right, from the Coney Park Putnams. That's right, Marjorie. I'm so sorry.
My father is Roberto.
Okay.
Roberto
Yes.
Putnam. Okay.
Yes, that's right. I do know Roberto Putnam. Yes. Okay. Great.
I mean, you should. If you don't, I mean, that's on you. You know what I'm saying.
Yes, say less, fam. Great. So I'm gonna have you read this is a bit of comic relief, and it's actually a bit of a departure. So this is a real slapsticky scene where you're about to deliver your vote, but it's a set piece where you kind of how do I say this? You're slipping on a banana peel, but you don't quite fall, okay?
Okay, that's page 94. Yeah. I didn't prepare that. Hold on.
Let me just iterate. When I mean slipping on a banana peel, but you don't fall, it's all sort of subtext. We don't need to see the banana peel. We don't. Yeah, you got it. Okay, thank you.
You're talking to a Putnam. I got it. All right. Hey, hey, boo. We've been doing this since day one. And you been my day one 10 toes down. But I don't feel it anymore, brother. I don't feel it. I do feel it. I'm telling you, I feel like I'm on a banana as I'm talking.
No, I felt it. That was, yes. Thank you. I want to try something a little bit different. Chanel, can you read Pops's one of Pops's parts? It's when he goes on break to the vending machine and realizes he doesn't have exact change to get a snack on his break.
Oh yeah. You would like me to do it in the same voice as juror number 3 as well?
I don't want to tell you exactly how to do it. I want you to do some creative license, but yes, I want you to do it exactly like Pops would do it. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What? Man, who took all the Snickers? Man, I just won't eat. Like they got me up in this courthouse like I'm a felon, but I'm not the felon.
Chanel, work the suspenders. Work the suspenders for me. Work the suspenders.
I'm not the felon, you know? Right? I'm not one of those thugs on the street. I just won't eat. Man, fix this vending machine. Give me something to eat.
Okay,
Some hot chips or something.
Marjorie, I want you to come into the scene as the vending machine repair person.
Oh, all right. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, you gonna fix this?
Yes, but you're in my way, yeah?
Okay.
Oh, what were you trying to get? It's
some Snickers and some hot chips.
Oh, all right. If it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's stuck.
Perfect.
If it's up, then it's stuck.
That's exactly how I wanted to hear the tagline for the movie. If it's up, then it's stuck. Delivered. That was perfect. That's going to be on the poster, everyone.
I mean, I'm a platinum. What can I say?
We'll call it right there. Jesse, why don't you give yourself an extra point? Because I don't know how many people noticed how you were mouthing along everyone's words. Because, I wrote them, so I know all the words. And you were just mouthing along with all the lines. That's such a director thing to do.
It's because it's like giving, it's watching your baby, right, enter the world. And I'm so proud of this imaginary work that we all just created together.
I mean,
what can I say?
Yeah, you're going places. There's a reason why Dave Chappelle put you in charge of a show. All right, let's go ahead and bring up the captain of the Mo Monies, and let's see what they're going to respond with. Mo. Oh, I'm sorry. What's happening right now?
Sorry, I was just picking my power outfits to wear tomorrow for teaching, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm back in the game now.
No, that's fine. I mean, we all need power outfits. So I don't know if you happen to have watched that round of audition, but what are you going to come back with?
We're going to stick with that movie theme, that entertainment theme, and play the game of Get Out.
Okay, fantastic. So let's go ahead and screen your team. For the game of Get Out, I'm going to need a few different suggestions. So right now in the chat, here they come. Right now in the chat, do me a favor. And what is an everyday word that you like to use? Go ahead and throw those in there. Just an everyday word that happens a lot. Also, give me, what is a complicated word? What's a complicated word? Kind of, a little difficult to say. And then also, what's a fun word to say? You just enjoy it. Maybe you catch yourself saying it to yourself, which is weird, but still, it's fun when it rolls off the tongue. So we're looking for everyday words, complicated words, and words that are fun to say. Go ahead and throw them in the chat right now. So what's going to happen is The Mo Monies are going to start a scene. At any time during their scenes, I'm about to assign them these words. And whenever this word is uttered by anyone within the scene, that person who that word is assigned to is going to have to find a reason to leave. And when they hear it again, they're going to have to find a reason to come back. So we're going to be justifying like crazy. Now, Captain Mo, remind me, you are all able to hear each other's words, yes? Like we don't have to... Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. I just wanted to double check that. All right, so let's see. Matt, your word is going to be boogie.
Boogie.
Your word is boogie. Mo, your word is flim flam. And Justin, your word is multisyllabic.
Of course it is.
So, real quickly, let's review those words. Matt?
Boogie.
Mo?
Flim flam.
And Justin?
Multisyllabic.
Multisyllabic.
Syllabic.
Yeah,
Got it.
multisyllabic. Like a lot of syllables, like multisyllabic. All right. So, let's see. Mo, is that enough, or would you like a suggestion for the scene?
Can I get a location, please?
You sure can get a location. Let me see what we already have here in our fantastic list of suggestions. Let's see. Your suggestion is going to be a hospital. Your suggestion is a hospital. All right, so here we go for the game of Get Out. Mo Monies, take it away.
Dr. Johnson, I just want to let you know that while you are preparing for surgery, I enjoy the tunes that you've chosen for us.
Get down, boogie, okay.
Oh, man.
Oh, well, geez, he always forgets to wash his hands. I know he's still new, but he's really got to get used to how things work here.
You think he would know being in a hospital, you know?
Yeah,
But some...
it's like, of all the things, it's like, man, just get your stuff together, get the boogies out your nose, and come into work and be ready to go. We don't have time for that flim flam, you know what I mean?
Oh, give me 1 second. I gotta check my
Dr.
scripts.
Williams.
Oh, I'm glad you could, Kenneth. I'm glad you could, because honestly, I'm a little tired of how things go. You're just very flippant about everything.
Well,
we're doctors.
I'm sorry, but we're doctors. I mean, I'm a nurse practitioner, so I can use multisyllabic words too.
Not
Now,
everybody has to be a nurse
excuse me.
practitioner to...
Doctor, I just want to know it is an absolute honor to work with you, and I can't wait to assist you. I mean, apologize you have to work with Dr. Williams, but, you know, at least, you know, this is going to get published. So one thing, how do you fix the flim flam, though? I mean...
Oh, like there was so much blood out there. I got so much blood on my face. Oh,
Doctor, you've been in the flim flam hole this whole time?
oh, blood's cold. Give me a second.
Oh man, she can boogie, I tell you that much. Where is that multisyllabic?
Hey guys, it's only 15 more minutes to lunch, so we may want to hurry up and prepare This always happens. Oh, it's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. That's good. That's good right there. That's good, man.
Oh, you decided to come back. Look, come on. You're talking about me not being professional. You left the whole OR.
I was the only one in here. What do you want from me, Ken?
I went looking for you, Doctor. Doctor, we need to make amends. We are both professionals. Now, let's get ready to jump in the flim flam.
Okay, all right. I'm ready to hop in. Arms
Ever
wide
tell you
open.
how I won my spelling bee? I had this great multisyllabic word.
Doctor,
it was,
there's more blood. Doctor, there's way more blood.
Is actually going. I'll be right back. Hey,
there's more blood. Should we
There's
go
way more.
Boogie and find it.
No, Doctor, we can't. No, we can't.
God, I'm alone. Finally, Those two are such jokers. You know what word I love to say? It's multisyllabic. Reminds me of the first time I was in the OR by myself flying solo. I had
So we need to get going. Things are really we're running out of time to boogie here.
Okay, well, boogie and get the equipment moving.
The flip flam! The flip flam is so much blood on the flip flam right now. Oh, we need the boogie.
Where are you going?
Oh my god. All right. Jesse, why don't you go ahead and kick off that poll? So, you have just watched two separate games, one from the bosses and one from the Mo Monies. We are about to award 5 points to someone. Who's it going to be? Who's going to get these points? So you can see that poll right now up on your screens there. Now,
It's a close one, Luis.
I'm sorry?
It's a close one. Sorry.
It's a very close one. You don't only get to vote once, by the way. Also make sure that you are using those channel points and vote. Get them in there. You can't spend them anywhere else. I myself have 45,000 points that I don't know what I'm going to do with.
Hey, Luis, while we're waiting for all the votes to come in, you mind if I do some shout-outs?
Do it.
Hey, out there, I hope you're all watching, but I just want to shout out the group chat. Love you, group chat. Thanks for keeping us sane. Pay your doulas. Love you, group chat. And also, Luis, March is Women's Month, right?
Women's History Month.
That's right. We'll talk more about that later. I think, Luis, check it out.
I believe that the poll has now ended, and it seems that the red team's Get Out, the Mo Monies, have won that with a score of 491 to 471, and Elisa Carlson Music contributed 123 channel points, either for or against you. I do want to know, though, Mo, what was it that you yelled out as they said your word? You yelled something out and ran off the screen?
Blood?
Oh, blood! Okay. I didn't hear what you said, and it generally sounded like you just decided to go, I'm black! And just...
Latino! It's also true, so...
And the thing was...
Where's the lie?
I mean,
where's the lie?
What a way to leave a room. I've never heard of it before. So, right now, the score stands at Bosses 5, Mo Monies 5. So, we have got ourselves a tie game. Charisse, how is that incense working out for you right now?
I've upgraded to essential oils. I'm cleansing the air in the room to make sure that the bad vibes are out because my team, we stay blessed. We stay blessed.
Okay, fair. And Mo, how are you feeling now that the game's all tied up?
Just check my bank balance. So I'm feeling pretty bad. So, feeling good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can live with that. We'll tell you what. Let's see. Charisse, since you just got tied up with, what are you going to challenge the Mo Monies to?
I think it's time for an original line game called Yo Mama.
Ooh, okay. Mo, do you accept?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, them's fighting words, Mo. So we're going to play the game of Yo Mama, so screen to my players for our next head-to-head. Now, if you've never played Yo Mama before, then good for your mom. Because it is essentially a game where you're just going back and forth, insulting each other's mothers. But we're going to kick it up a notch. Because we don't go for each other's mothers, but we do go for each other's things. So I'm going to get suggestions from all of you in the chat. So in fact, right now, let's say, give me suggestions of something that you really need to go out and buy. Something, whether it's the grocery store, Target, Kohl's, I don't care. You just need to go out and buy it. Throw that into the chat right now. I'm going to call this Burn Box style. So I could come to anybody and they're going to have to give me one of these jokes or one of these one-liners. So let's say we were to get the suggestion of, say, like a banana. So instead of yo mama, you would say yo banana is so blank. So let's say I give that suggestion to Mo, and Mo would say something like,
Yo banana's so bad, have me slipping.
boom! There you go. Now that's the line that we have to beat every time. So are they all going to be that great? Let's find out. So let's see, Jesse, could you kick us off with our very first suggestion, if you would be so kind?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. There's some really great ones here, but I'm gonna go with biscuits.
Biscuits. Okay. So your biscuits are so blank. Here we go. Therese.
Your biscuits are so dry that I need an extra glass of milk.
Boom in your face, Matt.
Yo, biscuits is so warm, I'd risk it.
Ashley.
Yo, biscuits are so fluffy. I want to be pills buried in them.
Boom, Justin.
Yo, your biscuits are so unreliable. I would say they're just flaky.
Jason.
Man, your biscuits is so fat that they're grand.
Mo.
Your biscuits are so buttery that I ate them all. I'm sorry, I was hungry.
Fair. Ashley.
Yo, biscuits are so buttery. I'm gonna put them boys on popcorn, baby.
All right, let's switch it up to let's say your wine. Your wine. Wine. Yes, wine. So here we go. Jason.
Yo, your wine is so thick that they're Merlot.
Mo.
Yeah, your wine is so good it made me say Chardonnay.
Therese.
Oh yeah, your wine is a big fat liar because it's Pinocchio.
Oh, I've never seen anyone fall off the stairs like that. Ashley.
Your wine is so red, it looked like the team that gonna lose tonight.
Oh, Matt.
Your wine is so old, I call it Carlo Rossi.
Justin.
Yo, your wine is so trash. It's not a rosé, it's a nose.
Hey, let's change it up too. Sour cream. Sour cream. Here we go. Take a second, cuz. Justin.
Yo, your sour cream is so nasty, I wouldn't even dip my chips in it.
Charisse.
Oh yeah, your sour cream is so sour that I wouldn't even put it in my kraut. Sauerkraut.
No, I got it. Thank you for the explanation, though. Now we all got it. Mo.
And your sour cream is so good, I can't even talk about it.
Jason.
Yo, sour cream is so mean. They try to get on me. I said, whoa, this is not Joe.
Ashley.
Yo, your sour cream is so tangy, they sent it to the moon. Because astronauts take Tang. Come on, y'all.
Matt.
Yo, sour cream, you are so runny. You might as well join the chives.
All right. And let's say, bacon. Bacon. Here we go. Suggestion is bacon. Justin.
Listen, I still got this sour cream one I want to get off. Your sour cream is so bad. Onion had to divorce it.
Now do a bacon one.
Okay. Yo, your bacon is so crispy. I got nothing on that. You got me,
Okay,
man.
fair enough. Fair enough. Ashley.
Yo, your bacon is so crispy. It looked like Justin Knuckles before the match.
Cool.
We'll call it right there. Man, that blue team came to win.
Yeah.
Jesse, how did that feel?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
Yeah? Do you think it's time for another poll? I think you should launch another poll. Is it launched?
It's launched.
It's so launched. So go ahead and get those votes in. Once again, remember, you can use those channel points to vote. Use them as much as you want. For example, again, I got 45,000 points to get through. But while we have a moment right here, earlier Jesse was talking about March, and we got a lot of stuff going on in March. It is Women's History Month in March, and we got a bunch of programming throughout the month, starting on Wednesday, March 3rd, where our minor league is going to do an all-women match. And then every Friday at 7:30, we are going to have an all-women match all through March and the first week of April, leading into April 7th through the 11th, where we are going to be hosting a Comedysportz National Women's Weekend. So join us for that. We got plenty of programming all through March. And of course, all of our regular shows will still be happening as well. So please keep track of our Twitch for all of the programming. So the votes are in. With a score of 81%, 644 votes gave it to the Downtown Chicago Bosses. Once again, with Elisa Carlson giving 98 channel points for or against you. But Jesse, what does that make our score?
Well, Luis, with that lopsided round head-to-head, the Bosses now leap forward by 5 more points, and they're up 10-5.
That was a very lopsided vote. It was 81%.
Yeah, I'm going to say those votes were mostly for Ashley, and I'm going to give it to her because she came.
And for the Lord, because we're blessed. Thank you.
Okay.
My knuckles are fine.
All right.
They are now. They are now. With that gold bond.
Captains, we are now going into our final round. It is now the 6 things round. So tell me, Captains, who are you going to be sending out of the room for 6 things?
It's a cat battle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Should we accept?
I always accept every day.
Okay, so we got our captains battling it out for 6 things. So we're going to be sending Charisse and Mo out of the room for the game of 6 things. Oh, excuse me. So they're gonna exit, and we will text them when it is time to come back. Now, for those of you who have never seen the game of 6 things, we are about to play the ultimate guessing game. So as you can see there on your screens, we've got our 6 things ready to go. So we're going to be changing these up a little bit. Now this is, like I mentioned, the ultimate guessing game, but they're really good. So let's make this just a little bit harder for them. As you can see there, we got 6 things up on the screen. One team will take 3, the other team will take the other 3. So let's get these suggestions. Jesse, I'll do 1, 3, and 5 if you're willing to do 2, 4, and 6.
That's a deal.
Fantastic. So we are throwing a barbecue. So what is let's see, what is something that you can hold like this that's not Simba or a baby? Go ahead and throw that into the chat. And then also, who is someone from history? Who's someone from history that we should all probably know about? So go ahead and throw those right into the chat. All right, let's see. So for this first one, we are going to be throwing a barbecue. The barbecue itself is a gallon of milk. And then you are there with... Oh, there's some good ones here. Let's say that you are there with Frederick Douglass. You are there with Frederick Douglass. All right, take it away.
Great. So for beach volleyball, what's something that looks expensive, but it's not?
Oh, that's a good one.
Thanks, buddy.
I just like the support.
Yeah, no, dude, Luis David Cortez Guzman, te quiero mucho.
You're right, that is long.
Okay, so the because Wes and Marilet both said something similar, I'm gonna go with the sand. They're not playing on a sand court, they're playing on spray tan. Okay, and these are some really good ones. You know what? I'm gonna take this one as well. It's not a volleyball. Instead, it's sparkling grape juice.
Oh, that's good. All right.
Thank you.
So you are paddleboarding. All right. So you're paddleboarding, but the paddleboard itself are improv classes.
Wait, Luis. Speaking of improv classes, aren't we gonna award somebody an improv class or something for the?
We're gonna give a suggestion of the night, but
okay, cool.
Yeah, the night has to be over for us to do that.
I just got excited. I'm sorry.
So all these suggestions that they've been giving us have been up for suggestion of the night, and we will announce that a little closer towards the end. But let's see. Yeah. So the paddleboard itself is improv classes, and then let's say that you are wearing. Oh boy. You're wearing you're wearing a bow staff. You're just covered in bow staffs.
Nice.
Don't, Jason. Just don't.
All right, Luis, should I take number 4? You ready?
Please. Yeah, go for it.
All right, perfect. Yeah. So for number 4, for buying a motorbike, let me get a classic landmark, or kind of like the Washington Monument or Lincoln Memorial. But not those. I've been watching The West Wing, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, let me get a monument. All right, the motorbike is the Brooklyn Bridge. Okay, and sorry friends, I hate to do this to you, but think about a chore or an errand that you just don't like doing, that you put off, and then give me something that has to do with that errand or that chore. These are good, and yes, these are all simultaneously good and terrible. Perfect. So the road that you're riding your motorbike on, I'm sorry, no, the currency that you used to buy the motorbike is a snow shovel. So instead of using money, you use a snow shovel to buy this motorbike. All right, Luis.
All right, so we are veggie gardening. Give me who's like the like the kooky character from a sitcom. So like a Phoebe from Friends or Kramer, or give me the kooky character from a sitcom. And then also, how about what is an object from a book, like the sword from The Sword in the Stone, or Harry Potter's wand, or the wardrobe from The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe? So an object from a book. So let's say, okay, now this is 5 and 6. So we're gonna kick these up and make these nice and hard. So you are veggie gardening. The person you are gardening with is the character of Roger from Sister Sister. That's a tough one. So I will give an extra point if you get that one. And then you are what you are gardening is let's see. You are gardening. Oh, you're gardening Winnie the Pooh's honey pot. This is a tough one. I will give an extra point for this round. That's a tough one. But it is 5 and 6. So, all right, Jesse, take it away.
As advertised, right, Luis? Hardest game in the Comedy Sports rotation.
That's what we said.
Fantastic. Again, I mentioned that I've been watching a lot of West Wing. So let me get from you either your let me get some sort of ideology, right, or some sort of political policies maybe that you're super into, you know? Ooh, nice. All right. So you're flexing in the mirror. The mirror is Buddhism. Very, very cool. Okay. Okay, fantastic. And then, you know what? Let me just, that's pretty challenging. So let me get another person. This person isn't kooky. Instead, either fictional or real life. Let me get somebody that you probably would not invite to a dinner party. Let's avoid like just straight up monsters, but you know, just someone that would just be boring to have at a dinner party. Like me or Luis.
I don't know. I could get.
I know. No, we're fun. Some of these are great. Oh jeez. These are really like hard to pick, but I'm gonna pick one because we gotta keep going. So so the mirror was the first thing. So the your muscles themselves, your muscles are Al Gore. Al Gore.
He invented the internet.
He did, apparently.
No, not apparently. Supposedly.
Allegedly.
All right. Okay, so we got our 6 things. So what's going to happen right now is we are going to bring our guessers back in here. Now, each team is going to have 3 things. So the bosses, the blue team, will take the odds, 1, 3, and 5. And then the red team, the Mo Moneys, will take 2, 4, and 6. Each player is going to have 90 seconds to guess their entire activity with all the changes that we made. But they don't have those 90 seconds clear because they got the other player right over their shoulder watching their team give all the clues. So if that team can't guess their clues, the other team gets an opportunity to steal. So all the points within this round are available to both teams. The first 4 things will be worth 5 points. Then as you saw, things 5 and 6 kind of kicked it up a notch in the hard department. So we're going to go ahead and double the points for the last 2. So right now, what's the score, Jesse? Where do we stand right now with the score?
The score is 10-5 in favor of the bosses.
Okay, so we got bosses in the lead with 10-5, so it's literally anybody's game. Now, as they're giving all of these clues, you'll notice you can't really understand what they're saying. That's because they're not allowed to say any actual English words. They have to do both gibberish and mime. Mime, of course, being the art of being stuck in a box when you're not actually in the box, and gibberish is just nonsensical, made-up language. They're just making it up on the spot. Do not try to decipher it. All right, so Let's see. I believe we are still waiting for one of our players to come back. All right, fantastic. And let's see. Yeah, we got our blue team all good to go and ready. We're just waiting for Mo to come back so we can go ahead and kick off this first one. I want to make sure that I covered all the rules with this one. Yeah. So you'll have 90 seconds. You'll be able to see those 90 seconds up on the screen there. Now, for all of our people at home who have not watched this game before, I know that you can see the clues right there up on your screens. Our players cannot see those, so they can't see anything that's going on the screen. They left the room so they wouldn't hear any of the clues, so they are going into this completely blind. All right, so we got both our players back. I believe we are good to go. We got blue team up. We have 90 seconds on the clock. Here we go for the game of 6 things. Blue team, you're starting us off. 90 seconds starts right now.
Para para bachara, para.
Scabby baba.
Wah.
Oh, it's Escababa, Escababa, Escababa. Escababa.
1 minute remaining.
Yum,
30 seconds.
Shama,
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's time.
That time is up. So, Charisse, what is what are you doing?
I'm at the cookout, and my corn on the cob is I'm gonna come back to that. We are in church, and the corn on the cob is my mom. I don't know.
Okay. I like that that's your default. Mo, you were at the cookout, and then other things were said. What are you doing? Ooh, for whatever reason, Mo, we can't hear you. Are you muted? Ooh, you're having a little bit of a... You're right there? Yeah. All right. We're having a little sound issue with Mo. We're going to give her one of these. Technical file right there. I'm calling that technical file, but I do want to make sure that she's still able... You can't hear us, right?
I can hear you.
Oh, there
you are.
Okay, there you are.
This is the new... If I get a technical file, then so does Jason for not unmuting when he started his thing. I mean, if we're going to play rules, then let's play rules.
Well, on this end, you were not muted, but for whatever reason, we couldn't hear you. So it's not to just throw blame around. I'm just going to go ahead and blame you. So there's a technical file on that, but I'm still going to go ahead and let you take your guess.
As long as Jason gets one also. We're at the cookout. My corn on the cob is breakfast, and I'm with Gandhi.
All right, so close with the breakfast. So you were at the cookout. You were throwing the barbecue. The barbecue itself, what you were eating, was a gallon of milk, and then you were with Frederick Douglass.
Okay.
Yeah. A good effort for that first one. But we're gonna move on to number 2. All right, so no points will be awarded for that first round, but we're moving on to number 2. Now you get an idea how
We
this
both have
works.
technical fouls. Great.
Yeah. Oh, and plus you got your technical foul,
both
which
have them.
we'll
Yeah.
go ahead and you know what? I completely forgot about that, but let's go ahead and take a point away for that technical foul because she reminded me. Thank you for being honest. All right, so here we are. Number 2, we're ready. We got 1:30 on the clock. Mo is just excited with all the energy in the world, and that 90 seconds starts right now.
Isa wara baba, Isa wara baba, Hasa wara baba, Hasa wara baba, Hasa baba, Hasa baba, Hasa baba.
Sekarang?
Hasa baba,
Sekarang? 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 Ya.
1 minute.
Oh, sekarang. Sekarang, ya.
Hasa wara baba, Hasa wara baba, the box about the baba, Hasa wara baba, Hasa wara baba. Hasa wara baba,
30 seconds.
Hasa wara baba,
All right.
We've got 10 seconds remaining? 9 seconds. I'm sorry, 9 seconds.
Yeah.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Great.
You have 9 seconds left, Mo. You have 9 seconds left on the clock. What is your guess?
I'm playing volleyball.
Yes.
The sand is sunscreen and my ball is grape juice.
All right. So you are playing volleyball. You are very close with your other clues. Like you are matched right up against them. You got 9 seconds to fix it, which is plenty of time. Here we go, Mo Monies. Use those 9 seconds wisely. Begin.
4, 3, 2, 1. That's time.
Time is up. Time is up. Mo, I need a guess.
I'm still playing volleyball. The sand is spray tan.
Yes.
And my ball is the tannins that make up wine.
Oh. Good guess. Charisse.
Yeah. I'm playing volleyball. My ball is wine, and my the sand is spray tan.
All right. Valiant effort from both teams. You were playing volleyball. It was beach volleyball. The sand itself was spray tan, and the volleyball, Mo, you're gonna be mad, is sparkling grape juice.
Sparkling.
You were right there. You had it.
Grape juice. So
yeah, you're right there, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
right
only
there.
wine when it comes from the
You got
the
this.
French town of wine. Other than that, it's just sparkling grape juice. All right. So second one, no points given just yet. Score still stands exactly the same, 10-5. Actually, 10-4 because Mo lost that point. So score stands at 10-4. It is once again the boss's chance to take these points. We got number 3 up on the board there. So here we go. Thing number 3. 90 seconds starts now.
Skip it, whoa. Skip it.
Lava Sami, Lava Walla, Wanama.
1 minute remaining.
Chabasa, Ha. Oh. Chabari, 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 chabari. Chabari, charaba, charaba, charaba,
30 seconds. Seconds. 4.
All right, so I think you have 4 seconds left. You have
4 seconds, yep.
left. All right, 4 seconds. Charisse, what are you doing?
I'm canoeing, and my water vest is coming back to it, and I'm wearing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and my vest is a thing.
Okay, so none of that was right. You're
Are
close.
you sure?
You're close. You know what? I guess if I'm gonna be picky, yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
But you do got 4 seconds left, so I think you can fix it.
A whole 4 seconds.
I'll hold
How
4.
about a what?
I'll hold 4. So here we go. Use those 4 seconds wisely. Begin.
Ask ya, Baba.
Voila.
That's time. That's time. That's time. That's time.
That is time. All right, Charisse. Give me the full guess. Oh, what are you doing?
I am whitewater rafting. My swimsuit is a bow staff, and my vest is improv class.
Oh, Charisse!
Wow!
Oh, my God! Oh, it hurts how close you are. It hurts my brain.
Give it to me,
I need Mo to take her guess. Mo, what are you doing?
Are you gonna clarify what's right or no? I just have to go with what's going on.
The thing you have to fix is the activity.
Okay, so I'm whitewater rafting. My swimsuit is a bow staff, and the life vest is improv games. Zip zap zap.
Close. So what you're actually doing is you're paddle boarding, and the board itself was an improv class, and the swimsuit was a bow staff. But that improv class and bow staff clues, I'm gonna give the blue team 2 points. I'm gonna give them 2 points because those were some solid clues and great guessing. Good job. All right, so that puts the score at Boss's 12, Mo Money's 4, and we're moving on to thing number 4. So you're gonna have another 90 seconds on the clock. This thing's heating up. We're getting to the big ones, things 5 and 6, which double the score. So we got another minute 30 on the clock. You have 90 seconds to get this. All right, Mo Monies, here we go. Take it away.
Oh,
One minute.
Basta. This one. Basta.
$30 seconds remaining.
Oh, it's over there, baby. Oh, it's over there, baby. Ha ha. It's over there. Ah. Oh, it's over there. Oh,
10 seconds.
Oh, Scott.
5 seconds. 4.
All right, Mo, you have 4 seconds left. Give me your full guess. ¿Qué estás haciendo? What are you doing?
Great. I'm buying a motorbike.
Yeah.
Kudos to your partner. And instead of the motorbike, it is the Muppet Show. And
I can see why you thought that.
instead of money, it's a snow shovel.
Okay. You have everything right except for the biker. For the bike. So you have 4 seconds to fix this. So you are very, very, very close. Use those 4 seconds wisely. Here we go. Begin.
4. 3. 2. 1. And that's time.
All right, Mo. You look like you got this. So tell me, what are you doing?
I'm buying a motorbike. The money is a snow shovel. And the bike itself is the television show in living color. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Good guess. Charisse, time for the steal. What are you doing?
Yes. I'm buying a motorcycle.
Yeah.
The money is a snow shovel, and the motorcycle is Soul Train.
Okay. All right. Good guess. You are buying a motorbike. The money is a snow shovel, and the bike was the Brooklyn Bridge.
In New York.
Now you see it.
Lucky Justin's for cheesecake.
All right.
I was trying to
Still,
build it. I don't
no
know, man.
points awarded for that one. All right. So here it is. Things 5 and 6. It is time to double those points. Things 5 and 6 will be worth 10 points each. We made these a little extra hard for you. And there is also, for this next one, I also said I would give an extra point if you got it, because this is a tough one. So here we go. Number 5, you have 90 seconds on the clock, and that starts now.
Tina wallet, what? Dish, what? Wala.
Hama.
1 minute. Seconds.
Shut up.
Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's time.
Charisse, your time is up. Tell me, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm eating carrots from my garden.
Uh-huh.
The carrots are the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Uh-huh.
And, the hole that I'm digging is a. The hole that I'm digging is.
I need a guess.
Oh, a cookie.
A cookie? Okay. No, unfortunately not.
That's cool.
Mo, what are you doing?
I guess none of that was right. Okay. I'm asking not to make fun, just so I know what to say. I'm eating vegetables from my garden so I can grow big and strong. The vegetables I'm eating are Winnie the Pooh, and the hole I'm digging are the clumps.
Oh, okay. you were veggie gardening. The veggies themselves were Winnie the Pooh's honey pot. That's why that shirt went up. And then you were with Roger from Sister Sister.
Obviously.
I see it all coming crystal clear on your faces. So
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I am gonna award the bosses 1 point for that amazing Winnie the Pooh clue, because I loved it beyond belief. Thank you for that, life. And here we go. We got one thing left. Thing number 6, worth 10 points. And it literally could be anybody's game looking at the score. It's still anybody's game. So here we go. Final thing. Last 90 seconds on the clock. Those 90 seconds begin right now.
Oh, let's go over there, baby, baby. Goes over there, ting, 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 ting. Oh, it's over there, baby. It's over there, baby.
1 minute.
It's over there, baby. Goes over there. Oh, go over there, over there. Oh,
It's over there,
oh, it's over there, baby. It's over there, baby. It's over there.
Let's go, let's go. Yeah, let's yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah, it's Scatterbat. Squad.
All right.
Luis, you got 15 seconds remaining.
Mo, you have 15 seconds left.
Okay.
Tell me, what are you doing?
I am lifting weights, pumping iron. My reflection, the mirror that I'm looking at, my reflection is meditation. And I am, my muscles are William Jefferson Clinton.
Oh, okay. You're quite close, actually. You need to get a little bit more, I would say a little bit more specific with all of your answers. So here we go. You have, I'm sorry, what was it? 15 seconds. You have 15 seconds, which I think is plenty of time to fix this. Here we go. Mo and Sharice. Final 15 seconds. Go.
10 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's time.
All right, time is up. That's it. Time is gone forever. Mo, what are you doing?
I am not just weightlifting. I'm in like a bodybuilding competition. My muscles, I'm still gonna say are Bill Clinton, but my reflection in the mirror is the idea of Zen.
Oh, even closer still. Charisse, chance for the steal.
Yeah, I am watching a bodybuilding competition. My mirror is Hillary Clinton, and my muscles. Oh wait, no, my mirror is a yoga studio, and my muscles are Hillary Clinton.
Oh, okay. Close. You were flexing in the mirror. So you were flexing in the mirror. Your muscles were actually Al Gore. He invented the internet. And the mirror itself was Buddhism.
Okay. I had Buddha in my head in the first one. I didn't say it.
Yes, we noticed that. We totally noticed that. But guess what? The score still stands at what, Jesse?
Well, Luisa, it was a wild match, but I believe the final score was 12-4, if my math is right.
Actually, I believe it's 13-4.
13, that's right. They got an extra point. So the bosses win it.
Hey.
Bosses are still champs. Everyone, thank you so much for coming to Comedy Sports tonight, the 9:30 match. Let's hear one more time for the red team and the blue team. Our red team, of course, was Matt Kidd, Justin Swinson, and Captain Mo Phillips Spots. And our winning team tonight, and still champions, the Downtown Chicago Bosses. We got Jason Tolliver, Ashley Victoria, Charisse Johnson, and Mr. Cat, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Mwah, 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 mwah. From me, Chance, in the Gomez household, in the Comedy Sports Theater, good night.